Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. We got a birthday boy in the house, and I just found that out moments ago. Big dude, I just watched a video from literally like a couple of hours ago, but he let us know in the chat right now he's celebrating a birthday today. So I hope everybody will wish Big Dude 1234 a happy birthday. He's been a friend of ours for years, and he continues to send friends over here, which I appreciate and will be eternally grateful for. His cousin Kokomo Joe has come in from Big Dude. I'm not sure if Van Lot came to us through Big Dude or not. I'm just it doesn't make like that much of a difference where everybody comes from. I'm always just curious to know how some of our friends are finding us. I'm sure most of us are thinking that kind of thing on our channel, but it's great to know that we've got loyal and dedicated supporters that are willing to spread the word, and if they're willing to do that here, they're likely willing to do that for everyone. So hopefully everybody will connect with each other in the chat. What Big Dude 1234 specializes in is spiritual inspiration. Now, he plays a lot of video games as well. I just caught him playing some WWE earlier today. That was a video he put out just a few days ago. But this creator will give us updates about the creator himself, shout outs for others, and a lot of Bible study. And he's got another live stream coming up in a few days. When we look through the live streams here, this is where we see most of the spiritual inspiration I'm talking about. Lots of Bible study, lots of video gameplay. And Big Dude 1234, like I keep saying, is a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. He has got some shorts on the channel, some celebrity shoutouts here have done well. 8,000, 15,000, 25,000 as well. And Big Dude is here with us regularly, so hopefully everybody will connect with him. We'd love to push him towards the 4,800 subscribers we know he's thinking about. And happy birthday again, Big Dude. Very exciting, and thank you for letting us know too, because I would have otherwise likely missed that. And we'd love a chance for everybody to head over to his channel and give him some birthday love for today. And thank you everybody for coming in. I'm going to do some introductions in a second on my pardon me, I'm going to be clicking all over the place here. I got technical difficulties because, like I tell everybody not to do, I updated the operating system on the computer about 2 hours before starting Tuber Chat, and all of a sudden all kinds of stuff didn't work. So I spent an hour fixing my screens, and now my Stream Deck doesn't want to work. That's happened again and again and again and again. So if you can bear with me, I will get to some introductions like I was saying in another second. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. I meant to spin the wheel and I hadn't done that yet, but So Magic Fabric Magician is going to be added to the wheel right now. And I know I'm missing a bit of activity in the chat there. The Groves Bargain Emporium staff kept their silver membership going. That means we see them every day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, whether or not they are here. I'm going to get them on the wheel in a second. So Fabric Magic Magician, I actually put on there twice. Scratch and PPA and Canadian Family Life are both at the top of the wheel. Michael's Adventures is also in the chat. They are beloved and dedicated moderators here. Tracy's Local Learnings is in the house. I always put members and moderators onto this wheel right away, and then I will get back to spinning shortly. And pardon me, I'm just tripping because my technical difficulties have me distracted here for a second. We'll be fine. But we will add names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. We'll be here for 3 hours, so it's plenty of time to take a look at lots of channels, talk about lots of our friends, say pleasant things, of course. Sarah Prestwood is in the house. We've got Stephen Wire and Van Lott both on the wheel. Chocolate Drop is there with Handicapped Traveler. Jane Living Skies Color Creative is there along with JGP Jr. Yes, Nomads is in the house. I just watched a video from Tracy's Local Learnings in Princeton, British Columbia, I think it was. Forgive me for not knowing or not remembering yet if you are Canadian or if that was a trip or a vacation or something like that. They were driving through some mountains and stuff. We don't have that kind of thing in Southern Ontario. So it's always impressive to see, but it was a drive-along video that they had. Life Between Worlds channels dropping a super chat. Thank you for the extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, of course, but very much appreciated. We'll look at their channel next, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. I just watched Only Bigfoot outside with power tools, or at least one power tool, and I'm not joking. So if anybody hasn't already been introduced to Only Bigfoot, I literally commented on that video and said Bigfoot with power tools is like a dream come true. And you can see what kind of havoc he was creating over there. Ace Flaw 1 has been with me for well beyond 6 years. Mickey's Adventures is also here. Simply Debbie Sue is in the house. PK Adventure Travels, Ryan and Mel are here. I'll get them onto the wheel. We're going to talk about Fabric Magician Annette in a quick second here. Matt and Mouse, did I mention getting you onto the wheel? They're fellow Canadians also. They just did a live stream, which I caught, right? Vintage V29 is in the house. That's Vintage V Mars. And there's the Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph. And she live streams just about very often. I was going to say just about every night. That's not true, but very often. The Bud Files, I think, slipped in here as well. They've been with us for years. Sue from the Bud Files does an impeccable job, an unbelievable job of keeping track of their biggest supporters, knowing all the creators, their channels, what they do. You know, I know a lot of people say, like, I do the same thing over here, but that's what this channel is about. The Bud Files is a family channel based on a lot of history and exploration. The fact that that creator goes so far to recognize so many creators regularly is very impressive. She's been doing that for years, literally years. I think the Bud Files has been with us for close to 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. Jeremy D-Day has been a friend as long as Ace Flaw 1. I met those creators before Tuber Chat was even a thought, beyond 6 years ago. So we'll look at Life Between Worlds channel in another moment. Forgive me if I'm missing anybody. I know Blonde Traveling Gypsy has been here from the beginning of the stream today. I'll get them on the wheel. And Fabric Magician Annette is another channel. I keep saying I'm still getting to know this channel, but I've started to see a few videos now. This creator obviously is having a good time laughing and sharing creations with us. When we look at their About section, they let us know they're transforming new and rescued fabric into quilts, gifts, home accessories, garments, etc. We've got lots of friends doing different types of sewing and creating in the fiber arts, let's say. Lots of quilting channels, lots of crochet, lots of other sewing, and like I said, other fiber arts or fiber crafts, as we might say. This creator live streams pretty frequently as well. She's been on pretty much once a week, almost more than once a week lately. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. It's been a couple of weeks, or 2 or 3 weeks by now. And then this creator's working on 200 subscribers, so we'd love to push Fabric Magician Annette towards the 200 we know they must be thinking about. And then the next channel that we're going to look at is Life Between Worlds channel. I mentioned this. They dropped a super chat. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll get right back to spinning the wheel afterwards. And yes, Nomads, yeah, you're absolutely right. It is truly amazing. Now, I can't remember how long every channel has been with Tuber Chat. You know, I mix up like Just Jason Keto all the time. I feel like he's been here longer than he has been. I think it's about 3 years or so now. But I recognize it from time to time, just so that everybody understands. You're literally going to meet friends on YouTube, here and other places, of course, where you're going to have followers, like friends. You're going to build friendships with people, be supporting each other literally years into the future. So I hope everybody finds that inspiring. Father Lawless World TV, good to see you in the house. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. And Michael's Adventures been here since episode 24, if you can imagine. That's more than 900 episodes ago. Our 6th year anniversary is coming up in a couple of weeks. And I finally got a video ready to go. It is not my best work by any stretch of the imagination, but in the spirit of we don't have to be perfect, we've got to get content out. Finally, after a year, I didn't realize it'd been that long, a year, I've got a video ready to go. It'll be premiered, not this Saturday, next Saturday. Bayou Bengal is in the house. Pardon me for a quick second. Let me relook at the name of the Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network. They have been with us also for many, many years. They're actually the first channel that I know of in the Tuber Chat family to bring us fantasy football. Literally a one-of-a-kind channel in the Tuber Chat family. And even after all these years, too, New Times, New Beginnings is in the house. And we're looking at Life Between Worlds right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. When we look at Life Between Worlds channel, we're going to see that they... I forgot about this line in their about section. Old enough to know better, but still young enough to live out of a van, chase tuk-tuks, and eat suspicious street food. Yes, absolutely. In their early 40s is Life Between Worlds channel. I forgot they're actually in Thailand, I think, not too long ago. Is that right? Yeah, here's the video. Phuket After Dark, Bangla Road Night Walk. A very popular tourist destination. But great to have brought some footage from there. They've got another video here. Oh, that's cool, having a tent right off the side of your caravan. I didn't realize that those were called caravans, right? Travel trailer is typically what I know these as. I actually sort of aspire to own one. My parents had one when I was a kid. We used to go on the weekends and stuff. But I think about that. I imagine crisscrossing through the United States to visit a lot of our friends. I'm in Canada, of course, but what a trip it would be. And then only because I window shop for those things all the time, and I'm kind of fascinated by them. It's just I don't know, an interest or a hobby almost, if you want to call it that. Not quite a hobby, but Wingham is this company from Italy that makes incredibly gorgeous looking caravans, and that's where I got the term from. So sort of understand. Anybody in the chat can correct me though if I'm wrong about that, if there's a difference I'm not aware of, but it's interesting to see. Some of our European friends might call them caravans. Here in North America, I refer to them as travel trailers. And then Life Between Worlds channel has some shorts over here that have gotten into 1,600, 3,300 views, which is great to see. And it looks like, yeah, they're taking us on the road. Van life is a popular theme and genre and category on YouTube. So hopefully everybody will connect with Life Between Worlds channel. And we've got notification bells on for every single channel, whether or not anybody live streams or drops premieres and things like that. It's in the spirit of making sure we catch each other as often as possible and make sure we catch every opportunity to be present for those premieres and live streams while they're happening. Cove Action just came in. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Tales Told in the Dark, good to see you here. Wheats Art, I got you on the wheel. Tales Told in the Dark is Cassie from Oracles and Beyond. She's been with us for pretty much 5 years, I think, as well. I'm gonna start losing track. I know I am. We're gonna pass 6 years soon, and all my speeches are gonna get reset again. Majestic Lion Eyes channel, good to see you in the house. And then I think we're ready to spin the wheel. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Oh, and then AceFlaw is up to almost 100 videos. AceFlaw 1 brings us travel content as well. High Plains Camper is here. Hala is in the house as well. Tracy's Local Learnings will be easy to talk about today because I just watched this video. This is the one I was talking about, entering Princeton, British Columbia. Look at the views here, right? I know there's a lot of similarities between areas of the United States and Canada. I've been lucky enough to have done a lot of driving around the northeastern United States, but we don't have anything like this in southern Ontario. And so it's really impressive to look at. I can't help myself because like I said, I just watched that video. Tracy's Local Learnings, though, is a channel I'm still getting to know. They're at 2,200 subscribers. They've actually got that locked in, but we're hoping to push them a little bit farther towards the 2,300 they're going to be thinking about. And then when we look at what they're doing on the channel, they've got medicinals, gardening, prepping, and more, and there's more information on the about section. And I see a Canadian flag there, so yes, they're in Canada. Forgive me for not knowing or remembering that from the other day, but it's great to have another fellow Canadian in the house. There are plenty, and then they're posting videos pretty frequently as well. Look at these. Is that all because it was oh, I guess you're just making frequent drives and able to bring this content out, which is great. I'm looking forward to seeing more. I'm going to grab a different kind of video for today to watch. I got some members only content here too. I'm going to check out your Eating Healthy on a Road Trip video. I'm going to put that into a special playlist I've got. We call it here my catch-up list. It's just a fun name for a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. And then when we look at lives, shorts on the channel, these have gotten into 1,000 views on one of them, which is great to see. Those will continue to grow as you post more and more. And then live streams on the channel as well. They just did one yesterday. Looks like they might have been on a road trip, saying they're home there, but hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. They've been doing them about once a week, which is great. That kind of consistency is enough to make a channel grow on its own. And then the things we do here speed up the process, of course. And then Cove Action, I know I've got a message waiting from you. I didn't look at my thing again. Reset the speeches, yes. Cove Action's got a live stream coming up on Friday. We're going to be live streaming on Thursday again. We're on every 3 days or so. They're all. Oh, I've got the next 2 weeks posted on the front page for anybody to set reminders or plan if you want to. And then Cove Action is on Friday, 8 p.m. So I've already got a community post scheduled. I'm not sure if I have much right now. Let me just look for a quick second here. Usually I do the next day in advance, but you can set your community posts in advance. I actually did theirs on the phone today, and I'm usually on a computer. I really am not on a phone as much as people might think for YouTube. So shortly before we finish today, I'm going to share out another video from the Creator Insider team. And hopefully everybody's following that channel. It's officially from YouTube, so they give us news and updates about features. And then a few more shares are ready to go. Pete's premiere's ready for tomorrow afternoon. Sylvia's birthday, Be Amazing Sylvia, has a birthday coming up on Friday as well. So we'll be looking forward to that. And right after that, we're going to see Cove Action Travel. They'll have their live stream. And then Be Amazing Sylvia, here's the video I was hinting at earlier. But finally, the 6th episode in our interview series is ready to go. Even though the video is almost a year old, which is embarrassing for me, but finally we got it up. It's very informative, right? Be Amazing Sylvia's been at this for years, maybe even longer than I have. I forget for the life of me. She's been with us from the beginning and shares all her tips and tricks for growing our channels and connecting with people in a similar way to what we do here. And then another relish list. You know, after we were talking about mustard the other day, I ended up going to Costco by coincidence the next day, bought the huge double pack of mustard, so I'm good for a month or two at least, and had to share that with the moderators to make sure we don't joke around here. And then oh, Butler Family Farm is on Starlink now, faster than DSL. Our friends Two Pineapples swear by Starlink. Yeah, absolutely. The next time we have an internet problem, I'm probably going to make the switch too, although I think we're set now. Coffee walks and whatever. Good to see you in the house, fellow Canadians there. Butler Family Farm's going to be on in just over an hour. They're actually doing their live stream today. They do it every Monday. Jerry and Susan, I just watched a video. They were herding the cows and getting some hay ready and everything. A couple hours ago I watched that. But they do their live stream every week. Today we're crashing right into them. We usually only do that about once every 3 weeks or so. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And Life Between Worlds channel, I hope I remembered to thank you again for that super chat earlier. Only Bigfoot is doing one right now. I'll get a chance to show you what I was talking about with this. I'll give you a spoiler with Only Bigfoot and their power tool fiasco today that I saw. And then Vintage V is up on the screen. This is a creator that has yet to post more lately and more frequently. And it's not that I ever want to push anybody. I certainly don't. But Vintage V does a great job. And I've been able to go and see a few videos here. One of them is a highlight from the live stream, but she's done plenty of those. And then hopefully everybody will connect with this creator, and then we can motivate her to come out with some new content. 428 subscribers right now, so we'd love to push her towards the 500 we know she must be thinking about. That is an important and exciting milestone in everybody's journey, obviously. And this creator's got some shorts on the channel as well, so it looks like quite a bit of variety here, but getting into, look at this, 15,000, 27,000 views, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Vintage V and from San Antonio, Texas. So interesting to know. We got lots of friends in Texas. And then I will spin the wheel. Yeah, I usually don't say things like that and want to push everybody, but Vintage V, I get the feeling that creator's like intending to post more and just hasn't been lately. But yeah, we all get busy. There's not, we say it in our interview series, actually, in one of the conversations I had with one of the creators who's long past their 10,000 subscribers now. Mod6510 Models talks about the idea of taking a break. And I say it's not, there's nothing wrong with having a break in between your videos. Life gets in the way. Not everybody can post every day. People have different things come up and all that stuff. And it takes about a month, though, to get the momentum back. So wherever you were, if you were posting consistently before, this goes for everybody, including myself. On every channel I run or touch, right? It takes about 4 weeks for the momentum to get back to where it was, but it always comes back. It really always does. And especially if you're out there supporting other people, right? Whether we want to call it this or not, YouTube is a social network, and we have to participate in the network. We all wish people would come and watch our videos, but the more you're out there, even leaving comments on other people's videos, the more you're seen, you know? And when people start to recognize names, that might draw a few viewers in and supporters and things like that as well, right? I raced through a lot of these speeches, but I'm sure everybody knows what I mean. Yeah, and thank you for that, handicapped traveler. I did spin the wheel, but I was getting ahead of myself there. So Blonde Traveling Gypsy's coming up next. Only Bigfoot is up right now because they dropped a super chat, and we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Jose Fantasticville is in the house. Good to see you here, and hopefully I'm not missing anybody again. I know Mickey's Adventures is here. I'm not sure if I already said hello. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention TuberChat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then when we look at what Only Bigfoot has got going on the channel, you get an idea right away from the first thumbnail what might be going on here. See, I'm ruining, I was not going to give the whole spoiler alert, but when I do the rollover, you get an idea of what might be happening with Only Bigfoot there. So 800 subscribers, my dear goodness, already. And they've already got another video from yesterday as well. I watched this video. That was a couple weeks ago, I guess. So hopefully everybody will connect with Only Bigfoot. It is another very unique channel, as you can see, but Only Bigfoot is out there on all kinds of different adventures. And this creator's got quite a few shorts that have done really well. 5,800 views, 6,400, 6,500, and even 6,800 views. And big hockey fan, obviously, so I can understand that. And then this creator happens to be great friends with Down the Road, so you'll find that creator not too far behind whenever you see Only Bigfoot. And they're doing quite a bit of live streaming as well. I caught them for one where they were together with Down the Road. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. We'd love to push this creator towards the 900. This video is perfect to connect with. When we talk about connecting with creators and watching videos, we talk about the minimums. And for the last almost 6 years, we've been talking about the idea of connecting with videos that are at least 3 minutes long wherever possible. Watching those videos from beginning to end. But this is even better because when I talk about the minimums, of course, everybody's free to do much more, right? Watch 2 or 3 videos, put a few in a playlist, let them run later, or watch videos that are even longer. When I'm here in TuberChat and I connect with a channel for the very first time, if they come in and I haven't seen them before, they come up on the screen, I take a video much closer to 10 minutes to connect with them. When I'm out in the YouTube streets, but dancing between everybody's premieres and live streams, I'm doing the same thing we talk about here, grabbing videos that are at least 3 minutes long. By now, I'm sure everybody here has seen some kind of comments, even if they're short and sweet and all that stuff, on people's videos, noticing that those videos are always somewhere between 3 and 10 minutes. And then, yeah, that's interesting, Just Jason Keto. It's an interesting thing to say, and absolutely you're right. Joyful Steffi, good to see you here. In TuberChat, it literally took 5 years for me to find the perfect sweet spot into where we have the consistency that keeps everything growing fairly rapidly, but strong and solid. Giving everybody, you know, a couple of days in between streams, but not too much. So every 3 days has worked out for us. I wouldn't recommend that from most creators because all of the biggest channels that talk about the things we talk about here are going to say that it's best to pick your day and time whenever you can be available. And if you see some of the creators that I'm going to talk about today, you'll understand like that it's the consistency that does it. As a matter of fact, Butler Family Farm is going to be on in an hour. And whether you've got the ability to watch 2 things at once, if you want to dance back and forth, or if you just want to go over there, you're going to see that they have a very vibrant, fast-paced, high-energy live stream. And I mean the chat, right? So many people in there because they've been doing Monday night streams for as long as I remember. I've been on their channel a few times for those, and it's got to be getting into years by now. And then, yeah, wherever possible, Covaction. The other thing, too, somebody like Covaction is posting frequently enough that, in my opinion, their consistency will hold the channel together just as well, if not better than, you know, a channel doing one thing consistently every week. Right? Because some creators stream every week, some creators drop videos every week, some people do a mix of all kinds of stuff. There's many different ways to look at consistency. It's not one right or wrong thing. And the truth is, we can only do as much as we can do. Right? Everybody's got the same amount of time every week, and you know, we all have different things that come up. And then Jane Living Skies Color Creative, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. Okies Eden just did the same thing. I missed their live stream. They were on right when I got in from work today, and I decided, though, against my own better judgment, to update my operating system. Anybody on Mac knows that we just got an update yesterday, and that was a disaster. It took up the rest of my time, basically. I was able to squeeze a few videos in today, but Be Strong Like a Grizzly's here. I've got them on the wheel, and I did spin the wheel, so Blonde Traveling Gypsy is coming up right now. We'll look at Okies Eden right after, Jane Living Skies Color Creative right after that. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen in order as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. And yeah, Covaction, I was actually off. I actually wasn't working for many months. It was I'm kind of shocked that was even the case, but it was unexpected. My old full-time gig ended abruptly, and then I was off for a while, so it was great because I was able to be on YouTube all the time. And then I picked up a new gig last May, almost a year now, and that takes me away from YouTube during the Monday, Friday. It's not 9 to 5. I'm usually out the door by 6, sometimes home by 2 or 3. Once in a while I can have an early day like today. Yeah, Covaction, it butchered my Stream Deck today, which it does every time, and I can't remember what the permission is that I got to fix, and my monitors weren't working. It took me an hour to get that happening again, because I use my I have a MacBook Pro, but it's in clamshell mode, right? So it's always closed, but it's got 2 USB docks, small ones, but USB docks coming out of the USB-C ports, and then one each has a monitor plugged in. So I got 2 monitors that I look at here, and it works as long as I don't shut it off. When I shut it off, I have to open it again, and it takes a second for the monitors to kick in and all that. But oh, what a disaster when these updates happen. So I know better. I told everybody here, I don't know how many times, don't update anything on the same day that you're live streaming. You could do it tomorrow, and against my better judgment, I did it, and yeah, wasted an hour today, and I'm going to waste another hour before the next stream trying to get the Stream Deck going again. And then, yeah, that would be nice, just Jason Keto. I know for sure I can't do that with my gig, but it is nice if somebody can. I used to have so much freedom, being able to do whatever was necessary within reason. Now I literally have the Monday to Friday, but I'm happy to have it. You know, I know not everybody can. I'm grateful to even have it at all. So let's take a break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play a clip from the upcoming episode of our interview series. It is finally finished. It is ready to go. I spent almost the weekend. It was a good more than 4 hours of editing just audio, if you could believe it, because our internet connection was bad. It's pretty choppy, actually, but great. It's authentic and very YouTube-ish, let's just say. So hopefully everybody will enjoy it, and that comes out in about a week and a half. I've got the premiere ready to go. But for now, let's hear what Be Amazing Sylvia has to say, an example of what we talked about for an hour. How to get 10,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel. If I can remember how to do this without my Stream Deck working. And then we'll go for 3.5 minutes and we'll be right back. We use the term family a lot. I noticed you all doing it when I was just starting out. And then, you know, over the years, of course, you use that because it truly feels like that, especially when, you know, you haven't been on for a while. Somebody comes looking for you and notices. That's a good feeling, you know, and we try to do that for other people as well. But these are just examples of how this starts to feel like a family. And you hear me say often, I know Sylvia feels the same way, that we give much more to others than we expect to receive, knowing that we're going to get everything that we want. I mean, Sylvia, when I was first connected to you, and I can't remember now, I don't remember if it was 4 years or 5 years, but it's somewhere around there. And she was obviously already at it. But thinking back to how you must have felt, I don't know how soon you thought you were going to get over 10,000 and now towards 14,000 subscribers, but it must be a great feeling to see it continue to grow.
Yeah, I'm definitely blessed. I feel blessed. I just feel motivated. I feel uplifted. And I'm happy that I can connect with so many amazing supporters. The people who come in and they stick and they stay. Yes, not all almost 14,000 people come over, but I have repeat offenders. And what I mean by repeat offenders,
of course,
I'll see you in my comments on Monday. I'll see you in my comments on Wednesday. See you in my comments on Friday. So you always coming back and you're supporting me. And one thing that I do on my channel, and I think this is a big change in with having so many supporters, when people leave a comment on any video, be it a short, be it a video, be it a live, I'm going to respond back to you to acknowledge you for coming in, thanking you for coming in. And then I go to your channel and I watch something for you. In order to get support on these YouTube streets, you got to give support. You have to give it. Sure. It's $3.99 to go over there and watch a video with somebody and make a comment. You don't know how much you may change their life. You know?
We use the term family. Oh, pardon me. I think I got the Stream Deck almost working. Yeah, forgive me. So it finally worked. It was accessibility. It's not a driver, just a setting in the security that decides whether or not something can control your computer. But you know what I did? I ran over to ChatGPT and literally, I'll show you how easy it is to use this stuff because I'm on these things all day. Oh, my chat disappeared. The one I just had, Stream Deck permission fix. Here it is. This is all I did. I went on it and I go Stream Deck permission again. That's all I said. And it came up with, it knew what was wrong. So it came up and it took me a few seconds, but this is it right here. You go to System Settings, Privacy and Security, Screen and System Audio Recording. Now it said reset, but I didn't have to. But for all of our Mac friends, what a disaster, but got it. So Magic Fabric Magician, thank you again. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Cruz Bolero, good to see you here. Diamond Painting Yotun is a longtime friend. Brian from Have Fun in Nature is here. Have Fun in Nature is also in the chat. And they were talking about getting Brian monetized as well. I can't remember what you said. You had me almost fall off my chair the other day. On Sunday, they did their live stream. Oh, yeah. What did... I can't remember what you said. You want Brian monetized for a reason. And I wanted to remember it. I'm tripping today because my Stream Deck decided to not work and it was distracting me. I got it going now, so we're good to go. Vintage Style by Joe. She had another video that I was blown away with, curtains. I didn't catch in your video what the story was, though, with the first 3 curtains. It sounded like a contest, but I'm unsure. And then I saw all the beautiful pattern colors. Vintage Style by Joe again with hundreds, it looked like, of pieces. She said 10 rows with 20 rows. That's, do you have 400 pieces in that? Does that make sense? Or my, yeah, I wonder if that 200 or 400 pieces in those curtains that she made after talking about that. And then, forgive me for all I've missed in the chat. Oh, Brian, have fun in nature. Yeah, there was something that they said. I didn't know if you were joking or what. There was something you said. It was so funny. I wish I caught it. I can't remember for the life of me. It was in the stream or in a post. I thought it was in the stream. JD Knight is Jeremy D-Day with his original channel. He's got 2. And like I said, he's been with me for longer than 6 years. Blonde Traveling Gypsy. This is, Blonde Traveling Gypsy is here. This is another channel I'm still getting to know. I'm just going to grab another video here, the latest one. Perfect to connect with at just over 3 minutes. We talked about that earlier. And then lots of driving footage. Lots of creators do lots of dash cam footage. I've done some of that myself as well. Interesting to see the different places people travel to and live in. 3,800, 5,500, 7,700 views on some of these shorts videos, and then live streams on the channel as well, and more from the road, it looks like, for a few of them. And then thought I would try this out, she says. Trying out live streaming or trying out something while you're driving there. They travel for work. They run team with their boyfriend and Hatchet, their dog. So that's interesting to know. Yeah, team drivers for long haul when they drive big rigs often do a split of, like, there's different laws in Canada and the States. I don't know them. I've not been a truck driver. I've just known a handful of truck drivers. And they talk about the idea of driving team because you could basically almost keep the truck running, right, depending on the hours and stuff like that. But 2 people able to go and travel and do that together. You know, we got a few people. Wolf Spirit Productions is somebody who's been a long time dear friend here. Her and her husband. They don't drive team. He drives and she runs the business from the passenger seat. But similar situation, at least in my opinion. Sandra James Living It. Thank you for the super chats. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. and we'll look at that channel right after Dee's Creative Hands Crochet. I'm not sure if I mentioned her super chat. She might have done it while we started that break there. She's talking about binge watching Jody Genealogy, and then I can't remember who in the chat said they're also binge watching her, which is great. I'm assuming everybody's swapping playlists and getting those watch hours happening. And then Dark Swordsman Gaming from the UK is here. Lots of video gameplay on that channel. They've been a friend of many years. And then Oki's Eden is coming up next. Jane Living Skies Color Creative right after that. So let's see if I can get moving. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. I'm feeling so professional today, destroying my computer and fixing it in the background while we're live streaming. It's so exciting. Oki's Eden, I missed a live stream today. This creator is going to do a couple of different things. They give us the details in their process when they're growing different things, traditional homesteading content here, but they do a lot of cooking as well, and then they give us thorough recipes. This creator is working on 1,500 subscribers. Where'd your live stream go? There it is. Yeah, 3 hours. Yeah, I missed, unfortunately, that one. Sometimes I'm lucky to have an early afternoon, and I got in today and destroyed my an hour of my time today. But hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. Oki's Eden's always going to do a good job of keeping up with the chat when you're in the live stream. It's got a premiere coming up as well on Wednesday, so we'll be looking forward to that. I should be able to catch that one as well. We're on Thursday. And then let me grab the latest video, though, if I didn't do that already. I think I meant to put that in my catch-up list. I've got it there. It's just a fun name for a playlist that I used to keep or get caught up with creators. And then 2,400 and 3,500 views on a couple of these shorts videos, and then live streams as well. And these are fairly frequent. This creator's on all the time. So a little bit of a mix. Sometimes they're indoors, sometimes they're outdoors, but they show us, like I said, a really thorough job of a lot of their the different things they're growing, or composting and things like this, and cooking. They do an extremely thorough job as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Oki's Eden. And yeah, Brian, check this out. Right after the last live stream, I went to Costco. Look at that bad boy. The monster supply of mustard is in hand. And then Jane Living Skies Color Creative is coming up. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I feel like I'm missing a couple things here. So thank you, Oki's Eden, for the super chat again. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. And then I just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. I don't mean to forget to thank anybody. I was so distracted at the beginning of the stream. Down the road Van Life dropped a super chat as well. I almost skipped over them. So Terry is in the house. They're out supporting people all the time. I run into So Terry. Maybe not every day, but pretty close to it. A few times a week as a minimum. They're out there supporting people all the time. Yeah, chat is ripping today. I didn't know what to expect to do because, pardon me, because we haven't done a Monday stream in a while that I remember. I mentioned the idea of this new full-time gig last year. I haven't had benefits for most of my life. Depends on different circumstances. But I've always been self-employed. Even when I take full-time gigs, I'm typically subcontracting or this and that. And the benefits that I have with this place just happen to do a little bit of chiropractor, so I started doing that. And I know people have mixed feelings about chiropractors, but I'll tell you right now that I am walking better. I have less back pain. I'm 53 years old, so I have just as much back pain as any 53-year-old, right? And it's not overwhelming. I'm not in bad health or anything like that. But I'm telling you, I feel different. And after working, even when I have to do real work, I don't ache and things like that, which is great. So I thought I'd share that for I don't know what reason. And then down the road van life, we're going to look at in another moment. Dee's Creative Hands Crochet is coming up as well. I'm missing so much that's going on in the chat. Pardon me, everybody. I don't mean to miss all this activity. I don't know if I'm talking too much again or what I'm doing. Dark Swordsman Gaming almost missed a super chat from you as well. And these creators, some of these creators have done this a million times. Dark Swordsman Gaming has literally done it a million times. And it's absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. And then Butler Family Farm. Knowing he drops the super chat, knowing I'm not even going to be in his stream tonight. I caught them yesterday for the cook along though. I was there longer than you thought, Jerry. When you mentioned, I mentioned Susan coming in. I said, did Jerry's helper register on the way in? Is it fair that Jerry's got a helper in the kitchen there when Devil Dog and Chef Civi were doing the molten lava cake? But I'd been there for a while before. You just didn't catch it. Jerry does a good job of keeping up with the chat while he's doing that, though. I'll tell you that. He's right on it. Fermented living mustard. Interesting. I just got the regular stuff because I know what we were talking about the other day. I was talking about different types. But when I was a kid, I didn't like mustard. Now I have it almost every day. Almost every sandwich has mustard, and I like lots of it. Actually, it's the opposite of what sometimes this happens for people. Almost like the way some of us might crave. I'd like some Brussels sprouts in some nice butter sauce, that kind of thing. And you're like, what are you talking about? Nobody likes Brussels sprouts. My son, it's the one thing I would allow my son to not like when he was growing up, because he would say oh, I don't like this. And I'd be like, okay, well, just show me, try it and then see if you don't like it. And it became a disaster. So I said, okay, you're allowed to not like that. But then when you come to me and you say, I don't like tomatoes, then I'm going to say, no, you said you don't like Brussels sprouts, so you can eat the tomatoes. Okay, I'll eat the tomatoes. And, yeah, Susan's always there. Even today, even when I watch a video today, I'm like, Susan does the intro on every video I watch on that channel. She always does a great job. They both do. Together We Travel is in the house. Good to see you here. Now, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Butler Family Farm came in to snipe the stream boss position there. That's the video game life meter under my camera. You can't see when I point to it like this, I don't think. But basically, it looks like a video game, but it's just a little thing with some points. It's a fun addition to your stream, obviously. And every Super Chat milestone message and gifted membership knocks a little bit of life off of that stream boss. The last person to knock it out takes over for a little while, and Butler Family Farm's done that many times before. And then I do like Brussels sprouts now. Grilled, absolutely. Probably almost anything at all. Roasted with Parmesan cheese is interesting. I can't think of all the different ways that Kristen's done them over the years. We don't have them all the time, but at least a couple of times a year. And then Covaxion travels too, yeah. Broccoli growing up. Yeah, but I have told people many times, I've been very lucky because I eat almost everything. Oh, that was Jason has a video making mayonnaise using the fermented mustard. Yeah, so I must have forgot that because I saw the mayonnaise. I thought that was a collaboration. wasn't it? I can't remember if you were making this. I thought you were making different things in that collaboration. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead. Oh, look, we got recipe in the chat from our Georgia Suburban Homestead. And then, forgive me, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Living Skies Coloring, Creative and Vintage. She's changed her name a couple of times. This creator is going to bring us vibrant, colorful, different types of crafts, including creative pieces and coloring pages. They do some thrifty shopping as well. They'll bring us along for that. I'm just going to grab the latest video because they've got quite a haul here. Nice 43-minute video means they've got a lot to show us. And then you can get an idea from the thumbnails, the different things that they're creating here. Nice that you're able to take a bit of a trip there to Mexico, it looks like. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 4,600, 4,700, 7,300 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they were live yesterday. And then, yeah, it'd been a while before that, many months before I caught you earlier than that. But they seem to be live streaming every week now. You seem to be on a bit of a roll, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully you can keep that up. Hopefully I'll catch you again for another one. We got notification bells on for every single channel and over 1,000 subscribers here. So we'd love to push Living Skies Coloring, Creative and Vintage towards the 1,100 we know they're going to be thinking about. And thank you again for another super chat. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. You know, all of that kind of support here is absolutely unnecessary, truly, but I really do appreciate it, of course. And then down the road, van life is coming up. We're actually moving faster today than we usually do. I'm keeping my speeches to a minimum today. So we'll get to plenty of channels. We still got 2 hours to go, so it's lots of time. And then trying for 1 live and 1 video per week, which is great. And then, I haven't said it, I don't think, in the last couple of streams. I can't remember. But anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and X some of the time as well. I know you can't sit there and message every single person that you want to come into every live stream or premiere and things like that. But if you find a moment and you have something coming up that you specifically want me to see, then by all means reach out. I will always try to be there, even if I got to sneak in while I'm working or something like that. But often I can make it, and I'm happy to be able to catch things, especially special occasions like birthdays and monetization celebrations. I try never to miss those. Anniversaries and every other thing that we celebrate. Yeah, it's summer weather today. Is what did it get to? What's 23? Is 46 and 32, 7. That can't be right. It couldn't have been 78 degrees today. It might have been for a moment. It might have been in some places for a moment. But I'm in Niagara Falls, but today I had to go all the way to the east side of Toronto. So it's 2 hours away, basically, and all the way back. The temperature was up and down, anywhere from 10 Celsius to almost 20 Celsius, and then at times it might have been 22, 23. And then, so it's T-shirt day today. Yeah, 75-ish. There you go. Yeah, because they're in Syracuse, so Chuck and Lori from Cove Action pretty much trade or share weather with us. I think down the road, we talked about this creator for a quick second because they are often found with only Bigfoot, who we had on the screen earlier. So down the road, they're talking about maritime van life. And who said maritime? Who did I see just say that? I can't remember if it was in a video or a live stream, and they were just talking about maritime. And I didn't know what that meant either. Until a few years ago. It's many years ago now, but I was running a bar for a while that had kind of a bar nightclub thing in the basement, and it had a maritime pub upstairs. And we used to get I didn't own it, I was just running it, but the owners, they'd get hammered by people all the time. This is not authentic shepherd's pie, and this is not authentic this and that, and oh my dear goodness. But maritime van life might give us a chance to see some authentic maritime scenery. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. They just did this yesterday, lakefront boondocking, which is great to see. And I watched this video just earlier today where they were putting the hitch on. I never would be comfortable doing work on a truck myself. I'm not as mechanically inclined as a lot of people. For that kind of thing, I'd rather offer the mechanic to do something on the computer for them, and then they can do the work on the truck, because I don't want it to fall apart. But one thing I never got for my truck was the step bars on the side. But I think I'm going to finally get those. They didn't come with it. I'm thinking about getting them so it's easier for everybody to get in and out when we take it. But this video here is motivating in the idea that, like, look, you get a couple of bolts and nuts, and you know the stuff comes with it anyway. The truck's designed for it, and they did a good job getting that going. So hopefully everybody will connect with down the road. They've got shorts over here as well. These have gotten into 1,900, 2,200, 2,500 views. There's Bigfoot right there. Look at that, cameo appearances on each other's channels there, and then live streams on the channel also. And hopefully I'll catch you for another one. It's been a few days, and this creator is always very grateful to everybody showing up. Most creators here in the Tuber Chat family are gonna allow everybody and encourage them to connect the same way we do here in Tuber Chat, or very similarly. So usually when you're making friends with people that you've met in this community, you're pretty much guaranteed to meet more friends when you're visiting any of them, is what I meant to see. Oh my dear goodness, just Jason Keto. Lori makes a mean shepherd's pie with lamb. Oh, interesting. Learning in England. Yeah. And then, thank you again down the road for another super chat. They've done that before. I certainly do appreciate that. So has Dee's Creative Hands Crochet, and she dropped another super chat today. I'm going to get her up onto the screen in a second. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Foraging and urban farming, foraging and urban farming. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I'll get you onto the wheel right now. We'll be spinning soon. We're getting through a few channels here. Dee's Creative Hands Crochet dropped a super chat again. I certainly do appreciate that. She actually mentioned Jody Genealogy, so I should put her channel up. I'll do that in a second. Jody Genealogy's been a longtime friend for years, an incredibly supportive creator, not just to us. When I talk about the idea of connecting and the fact that so many creators in this community will allow you to connect, I talk about our moderators will always allow you to connect, but that has really nothing to do with Tuber Chat itself. They don't do it because of this. They don't do it because of me or anything like that. I mention it all the time. I don't know how it sounds, but this whole idea of connecting was not my idea in the first place. I was already on YouTube for a couple of years when I found a group of what were called small YouTubers, let's just say, right? And they were already doing this kind of thing. I was just overwhelmed by it and thought, this is amazing. These people are all supporting each other. They're doing the opposite of most of the things I see all the time. You know, everybody in life has friends, but I've seen way too much competition, you know, in life, in business, in all sorts of different scenarios, that I truly was overwhelmed. And then after a short period of time, it was only a few months when I was connected to AceFlaw1, Jeremy D-Day, and a few other creators, that I said, I'm going to do this kind of thing too. And they didn't say, don't do it. They didn't say, go do your own thing. And I talk about this with Be Amazing Sylvia, which you'll see next week in our video, where we describe that idea. She's been doing this since as long as Tuber Chat, maybe longer, right? Connecting people. I think she's been doing it much longer, actually. And the idea is not mine. I just said we're going to do another channel that does what a lot of other channels are doing at the time, but we're going to put the focus on friendships. because I've been on social media since the beginning, I understand that that's going to be the driver, right? If people make true friends on YouTube, they will have no choice but to say, like, well, where did you meet? You know, if I ask you today, where did you meet some of your top 10 supporters, let's just say, you have no choice but to say, well, actually, we met a few people in Tuber Chat. And for anybody who comes to you later and asks you how you became successful, how did you grow your YouTube channel so big, because they want to do what you're doing, again, you'll have no choice, but you'll have to say, well, one of the channels you got to see is this, Tuber Chat thing, because we met a lot of friends over there. And that's why this continues to grow. And I'm going to be eternally grateful for all that we've done here, but, we're still going strong, and eventually we'll hit 1,000 episodes probably this year. So, Dee's Creative Hands Crochet is up on the screen, and this creator, this was interesting. They're doing, in this video, they were just bringing out a lot of hand-dyed yarns. And this is interesting because I don't know the first thing about yarn except for what I've seen in our friends' videos. So I don't know, details about yarn itself. I know a lot of the things that our friends have made or crocheted or put together. But look at some of the detail in some of this stuff. They had so many different colors and collections here, and that's all for sale. So Dee's Creative Hands Crochet can let you in on what exactly is going on there. But I'm going to grab another video here. So they've got a different kind of video for me to see here. This looks like somebody's creative, and my dear goodness, is that elaborate. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. This is the video I was talking about the other day. The Tusnian Tote Contest, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and forgive me if I'm wrong. This features a lot of beautiful things that people were making. And I'm just more and more, as Tuber Chat goes on, we've been doing this for almost 6 years now, more and more, I'm even more impressed and more taken away with the things that people are making. I'm always impressed by things that I don't or can't do, right? I mean, we'd like to think anybody can learn to crochet, but not everybody is going to. And somebody like myself, I think my grandmother tried to teach me how to knit, but I paid attention to that for about 5 minutes when I was a kid, and then I was on to the next thing, right? But it makes homemade and handmade things like this so much more appealing to somebody like me then. 2,500, 2,800, 3,100 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. She's got tons of live streams ready to go. She's got one coming up tomorrow, so we'll look forward to that. I'm just going to set a reminder for this with Siri, if you don't mind. I keep my phone beside me so I'm able to get Siri on the case there, but I shut the mic off because I don't want to set off anybody else's iPhones just in case that happens. And then Keto Simple, I hope you're filming that. We got lots of friends that film bowling. Bowling's a super fun activity. One of my first full-time permanent jobs. My first full-time Monday to Friday permanent, you're not leaving unless you're fired job was at 16 years old in a bowling alley. And I worked there way too long, to be honest with you. But super fun. And I used to say at the time, bowling to me as an activity is the kind of thing where you say to people often, oh, would you like to go bowling? And they'll be like, oh, I would love it. It would be so fun. We should get people together. We haven't been bowling in 10 years. Right? And I'm like, well, if the bowling alleys could start getting people to go once every 5 years, they would double their business and they'd make so much money. It can't be that hard. I know there's people who go every week and bowl in leagues and things like that, and I've done that many times, especially when I was working there. But lots of our friends do a lot of bowling, either live streams or videos and things like that. The Jay Jordan is doing it all the time. He goes, I think he's in leagues. I think he goes every week, if I'm not mistaken. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Yeah, foraging and urban farming. I started working when I was young. I did the whole shoveling snow, cutting lawns, and stuff like that. My first full-time job was in the summer. I actually got 2 jobs at 15. I worked in landscaping, which I very much disliked. but I did it. My grandfather got me the job, so I had to do it for a while. So I did that for pretty much the summer. And then I worked at Ponderosa on the weekends, for those of you who still have Ponderosas around, if they exist, washing dishes and serving drinks. And that was a really valuable lesson, because I was happy to have the money, right? Like as a kid, 15, 16 years old, I could buy my own Nintendo and everything, and that's its own story. But I remember finding out that my friends were all going to go to the drive-in, because our parents used to take us for the dusk to dawn shows on the long weekends, and I had to miss it because I had to work. And I remember that, and that's like the beginnings of learning about minor sacrifice, right? You know, you have responsibility. You've got to follow through. Dilo Flo, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. They came in from our friend Big Dude as well. Big Dude is celebrating a birthday. I don't think he's still in the chat right now. I'm not sure. But he's celebrating a birthday today. So if anybody sees him either here or around, I hope you'll wish him a happy birthday. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know I miss a lot that people mention. Yeah, yes, Nomads. I have done a lot of different things. It seems like I have, I forget what the term is. It's not multicational. I used to think it was, but something where you got to be out doing different things all the time. It's not that. I've just, when I was a kid, I wanted to have money. I thought working was going to be the way. Right away from 10 years old, like when I started shoveling snow, I wanted to start a snow shoveling business. I would make like $5 to shovel somebody's snow, and I was like, I'm going to hire my friend for $4. I'm going to charge $5, and I'm going to make $1. Right? So even at like, I forget how old I was. I think I was 11 when it started, but I could be wrong. I don't want to, say untrue things, but my memory's not what it once was. But somewhere around 11, 12, 13, I had paper routes. When I had a paper route, I got 2 paper routes side by side. I wanted the third one because I heard the kid was quitting, and they said, no, you can't, because you got to have the papers out by 11 o'clock, and you can't physically do it. Nobody could do 3 routes, right? And that was no joke. But after that, when I started getting into adult life and adult work, I have more than enjoyed most of what I've done. So it's not that I'm a workaholic. It's just that I've been lucky enough to enjoy that much. Let me get Jody Genealogy up here. And forgive the stories again. I'm trying to keep them short. D's Creative Hands Crochet, thank you again for a super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. I believe she mentioned binge watching Jody Genealogy. This is a friend of ours that has been here literally for years. She'd already been on YouTube for a couple of years and then started another channel. So on Jody Genealogy, this creator is bringing us now history, true crime, and travel. She does a great job of narrating. She actually gathers a lot of research and puts all sorts of different things onto the screen while she talks about the story. She does it with passion, and I don't know how to describe the way that she narrates stories. The is it inflections? Is that what we call it? When our voice goes up and, when we think, you can tell she's really into the stories that she's talking about. Which is great to know, because you have to learn all this stuff. She has to learn if she doesn't already know, but she talks about so many things. I assume she has to learn a lot and enjoys the learning. 13,000, 14,000, 32,000 on some of the shorts here. Short videos on her channels usually feature variety. And I'll show you the other one in a second. You'll see the niche and category. This creator in live streams does similar things on both channels. She might be on the road. She might be by the water. She might be by the fire. She might be taking a walk, doing kind of a walk and talk live stream. She collaborates with other people. Marketplace Boutique is where we know Jody from originally. So she's well over 3,100 subscribers now. And you know that I've said from the beginning, for literally almost 6 years, I don't know how long I've been saying it, but we've been here almost 6 years. Let's say 5 years. I've been saying 3,000 seems to be a very telling marker. When I see a channel that has gotten to 3,000 subscribers organically, then I fully expect that that creator can have 10,000 if they want to, 100,000 probably one day, and even more into, the sky's the limit. The only reason it becomes questionable is because we don't know what the world's going to look like 3 years from now. We don't know what YouTube's going to look like 3 years from now. But we can assume that, things are only going to get better. It's not easy, but I promise you things are much different than they were when I started 9 years ago. And then Marketplace Boutique, she does a great job on both channels. You're absolutely right. Tim Mitchell says about the true crime, but she does a great job with all of her content. Over here, she's helping us with the ins and outs of buying and selling on platforms like eBay. She will even take us shopping. She'll show us mistakes to avoid. She shows us how to buy collections of things and then sell them individually. And she'll talk about the simple processes and technical details. She'll even help us with our YouTube journey as well, with programs like Canva, making emojis and badges and things like that. And then once in a while, she does something a little bit different. Hot tent winter camping is an interesting idea. She's got shorts over here. These have got even more views, but again, with the variety, 35,000, 56,000. And then live streams on the channel as well. Like I said, she's either on the road, on the water, giving us a walk and talk, hanging out by the fire. She does a few different things. So hopefully everybody will connect with this incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Marketplace Boutique, the same creator behind Jody Genealogy. And then thank you again, Dee's Creative Hands Crochet, for giving us a chance to look at those channels. And then I'm going to put Sandra James Living It up on the screen right now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Sarah Presswood, yes, you certainly could. I believe anybody here that's dedicated, that does... it has nothing to do with the things that I say. I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do. I don't even want to make it sound like I think I know everything. I continue to learn every day from the same creators that most people here are probably learning from. Think Media, Tim Schmoyer, Sonny Lenarduzzi, Nick Nimmin, Roberto Blake, Daryl Eves. There's a list of about 10 that I talk about, something like that. But anybody who's as dedicated as we seem to be in the Tuber Chat family, let's just say, I believe can get certainly to 3,000. It just takes time, and it's not a race, I promise you. It's hard to look sometimes at other people moving faster, and we got a million different reasons why we think we should be moving faster. But I promise you, everything is moving quicker here than it ever was when I started. And this is a true story. I started on YouTube 9 years ago. I started by running somebody else's channel. I didn't even start my own channel for almost a year after that. The first channel that I ran took 6 months to get 100 subscribers. And the owner of that channel had to sit on the phone for half an hour with a friend of 20 years to all but beg them just to click the button, would you please, so I can have my 100, please. And finally got it. But you can imagine today, we're seeing channels monetized almost in 6 months in a lot of cases, right? It certainly isn't taking 6 months to get 100 subscribers for most channels. There's nothing wrong with any channels that are moving at different speeds. It's different for everybody, but if we just keep at it, I promise you, eventually it starts moving faster than you were even guessing today. A lot of our friends that I talk about who've been here for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years are now long beyond 2,000 subscribers, long beyond 3,000, some of them even far beyond that. And I'll bet you that any of them would say, yeah, you know what, it's actually true. We didn't even know we'd have 2,000 subscribers or 3,000. It's kind of miraculous. That's the way it felt when we all started, right? We all started zero. And then YouTube Police 29, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. Have fun in nature. I'm going to try to move it a little bit faster. I know I'm getting stuck in stories again. I'll try to keep them to a minimum. And babysitting and cleaning the house. I forgot I did a tiny amount of babysitting. I couldn't believe that I did that, but somebody reminded me many years later. They're like, don't you remember you used to babysit our kids? And I was like, no, I don't remember. And they were like, yeah, I remember you came to the house, you did this. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. And yeah, it was only a tiny amount, but still. And then Mark the Shark, much love and aloha, he always says. He even sent over a nice, beautiful embroidered cap that I can wear that says the same thing, if you can even see that. My green screen ruins everything, and Covaction is going to laugh because I said I was going to stop using this feature with the green screen effect from Streamlabs and use my real green screen so things look better, and I still haven't done it. And then yes, Vintage Style by Joe. A little bit of consistency will help. Edna's World is in the house. That is another creator who joined us for the interview series that I keep talking about, and we talked for well beyond an hour. She is somebody who's been on YouTube, I think, longer than I have as well, and she actually has inspired people to start channels, and we talk about that in her interview series. She live streams every Wednesday for Wind Down Wednesday. Many people here already know Edna's World, but I hope you'll connect with her if you haven't. And Edna's World, if you have a few minutes, I'm going to play your clip next from our interview series, and everybody can get an idea of what she has to say. Tips and tricks for getting to 10,000 and beyond. And then, yeah, YouTube Police 29. I've been using this feature for a while. I thought it was a good idea, but I got to pull the green screen back out. And then Living It with Sandra James is here. This creator is somebody I'm getting to know. 342 subscribers, but they've got real life, real talk, real healing on their channel. So it looks like we're going to get some motivation, maybe inspiration on the channel as well. And then I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That is that playlist we keep joking about, a chance to get or keep caught up with creators. They got shorts getting into 1,700 views, 6,900 views on one of these, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they just did one a couple of days ago. There's the source on their channel as well, which is great to see. Collaborating with people is a great way to grow your channel rapidly, but also very solid and strong. The reason why I say that is because whenever you're featured on somebody else's channel, you're pretty much guaranteed not just a handful of subscribers every time you're there, but their most supportive supporters. You know what I mean? It comes down to like, oh, any friend of yours is a friend of ours, that kind of thing. It's only the top 1% or the top 10% that are going to, latch on like that. And this is where we get a lot of new, very loyal and dedicated supporters. That a lot of people don't forget where they came from as well. They're like, oh, I met this person through this person and that person through that person, because online is not much different than I'll use the term in real life like a lot of people do for family and friends and things like that, but it's the same stories we have here. This friend introduced me to that friend, and on and on. And then crowdfunding. So Foraging and Urban Farming just has a question in the chat. And when we think about what crowdfunding is, so Kickstarter, if you've heard of that, Indiegogo is a Canadian version of something like, it's very similar. Kickstarter's a popular website. Basically, the idea is that if you have something that you want to make, but you're not sure if you're going to be able to sell it, like let's say a band making an album, right? The band has to go to a recording studio and possibly pay thousands and thousands of dollars to get an album recorded, and that's if they can find it at a decent price. But if they could get their fans to buy their CDs or tapes or records or whatever it's going to be, concert tickets in advance, they would have the money to put the album out easily. So if you have a following of any kind, doesn't have to be music, it could be anything at all. You could write a book, you can make merchandise, you can design a course, you could do all the different things that you do, right? Then you get your fans or potential customers to fund your business for you, or a project, right? There's crowdfunding in a couple of ways now, because you can do it in investing as well. There's platforms out there now that will let you kind of buy shares in companies that people are about to start, if that makes sense. So we got to be cautious about all that stuff. But Kickstarter should be very well known for a lot of projects that they make when people have better ideas. Remember when there was no such thing as Dyson vacuum cleaners? That guy just got frustrated trying to vacuum the house, and then came up with, I'm going to make a better vacuum cleaner, and now is like ridiculously, loaded and all the other things we might say. But anyway, a long speech, but that's what Kickstarter is, right? That's what crowdfunding is, if that makes sense. And then, Tim Mitchell is in the first step of monetization. Oh, pardon me. Fan funding. Oh, forgive me. I caught the, when you said crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is a different thing. So pardon me. Another little tidbit of information, nothing to do with Tuber Chat. But that's okay. Fan funding is what YouTube calls the ability, and Tim Mitchell's already described it, but fan funding is the idea of getting your followers to, do things like super chats, memberships, possibly merchandise, and things like that. So in the second level of monetization, when you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, you get a bit of ad money as well. For most channels here in the Tuber Chat family, you're going to find that the ad money is actually the smaller part of the monetization that comes in. It's different for everybody, but I think in a lot of cases that's the way it works. Fan funding is all of the things that people can voluntarily pay for, basically, right? So, yeah, forgive me butchering my description there, but thank you, Tim Mitchell. And as soon as you have 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time, you unlock super chats, super thanks, super stickers, and memberships on your channel if you choose to have them. Holla says their old scooter has a Kickstarter. Yeah, very different type of thing. And then forgive me for foraging and urban farming. I should know that we're talking about YouTube, so forgive me, I'm dragging this on too. Living It with Sandra James, I'm looking forward to seeing more content from you, and thank you for another super chat. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. They actually dropped a few of them, and it's absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated. We will get moving a little bit faster. We still got an hour and a half to go, plenty of time. And then Nesha Antoinette, good to see you in the house. I caught them for a live stream yesterday. First time in a while, so I'm grateful for the chance to have caught you. Oh, and she was just thanking people for supporting her, of course. There's so many people sharing gratitude for the things that they're getting out of YouTube, and I'm always happy to see that. Timmy does everything. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And yes, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So let's keep the momentum up. Dark Swordsman Gaming is coming up, and then we'll take a break. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Yeah, thank you, Jerry. Sorry, I'm not going to make your channel before you have to go for the live stream, because we're going to do our break now. That's going to be another 7 minutes, and who knows what speech I'll get into next. But Butler Family Farm's going to be live in about 10 minutes. Jerry and Susan go live at the same time every Monday. That's an example of what happens with consistency. You'll see that they've got an explosive live stream, which is great to see. And then thank you, Tim Mitchell. Jerry, depending, they're usually on for an hour. If they are, he might even come back. But thank you for that. Yeah, I will always appreciate that. Like I said, I've been on their channel a few times, and they do a lot of interesting things now. Tim Mitchell, Chef Civi, and forgive me, I've been calling her Chef Civi all this time until I was there watching the cook along and heard it repeated many times. Civi, 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 Civi. So I will remember that now. But they're doing a lot of cook along live streams. Seems like once a month. I'm not sure if you have another one planned. And forgive me, I don't want to push everybody, but they've been doing a great job making some sugar-free desserts. They've done cheesecake. They've done a couple of pies. They did molten lava cake the other day, or yesterday. And then Booby Goats is in the house. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And then Butler Family Farm is the channel we're going to look at when we get back from our break. I'm going to try to move it now. We're going to listen to a clip from Edna's World in a moment. Dark Swordsman Gaming, though, comes from the UK, and this creator has been bringing us video gameplay with a lot of very popular titles and some independent as well. This creator does a few different interesting things. So they've been putting out quite a bit of content over the last few weeks. Some of the time what they do is they put different borders around their videos. So even if somebody caught them from their videos page or home page or anything like that, they would get the idea right away. If they're playing Elden Ring, they'd be like, oh, I want to see another Elden Ring video. They can match the thumbnail. Same with Dark Souls. Same with all the different types of games that they play. And then shorts on the channel. They've done a couple of these, which is great. Hopefully they'll put some more out. I always think that gaming channels lend themselves perfectly to short videos, but it takes a little bit of extra effort. I say a little bit, but I know it can be a lot of extra effort. The thing about shorts is just like everything else. We got to put out like 100 of them to finally get a feel of where they're going to go, and it takes almost that much for most people to get a couple that really start to take off. It's hard to watch. Other people have shorts, and you hear me rhyming off these numbers. 30,000. Some creators have gotten into 100,000. Some have gotten into 1 million and beyond that. I think 2 million was the biggest we've seen. I forget. There might have been one at 11, but I can't remember. And then cinnamon rolls. Sugar-free cinnamon rolls. That'll be a great idea. I love cinnamon rolls. I never eat them, but like when I have, oh my dear goodness, I see them in the grocery stores all the time, and I keep thinking about that. That might be something. If you can do a sugar-free version of that, that might be something I'm gonna start to indulge in weekend breakfasts. Keeping up with the Stardashians, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Dark Swordsman Gaming, thank you for another super chat. They've done that 1 million times before, and I certainly do appreciate it, even though it's unnecessary. So Butler Family Farm is going to come up, but what we're going to do is take a break. I'm going to make it quick. We're going to hear from Edna's World, who's in the chat right now. She's been a longtime friend, inspirational to others, and we talked for over an hour where she shared her tips and tricks for how to get over now 14,000 subscribers. So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
No.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it, or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight. And it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. You know, it's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back, you know.
Yes.
Be there for the ones that are coming back, and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, you know, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. You know, somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
All right, we're just about back. Face the Ace, forgive me. I know you were live. Was it yesterday or today? I can't remember for the life of me. I think it might have been today. I got in from work and I created a disaster on my computer. If it was yesterday, forgive me. I did see them. Sometimes I see things and, you know, I've got 4 windows going. I can't get into everything. But hopefully I'll catch Face the Ace for another live stream soon. They've been at it quite a bit lately, actually. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I just reset a lot of names on the wheel. And thank you, Tracy's Local Learnings. I'm looking forward to another video soon enough. And then when we look at what's happening on the screen, Butler Family Farm, they're just going live right now. I'll talk about their channel right this second for anybody that can watch more than one thing. By all means, you know that they're on. Lots of our friends are over there. And then Keeping Up with the Stardashians is coming up in a second. Both of these creators dropped super chats. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated. And we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away. As soon as those things happen, we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. And Butler Family Farm, this is Jerry and Susan, and they have 116 acres of homesteading style content to show us around their farm. They have cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, bees, koi, and more. I just watched a video where they're herding the cattle again, moving them around. They show us all that it takes to look after 116 acres of farmland, the livestock that comes along with it. They bring us into their home. They take us out on the road. Jerry brings us into the shop. He does a lot of remarkable woodworking and then product reviews between both of them. They do canning, they do prepping, they do cooking. Jerry's been a part lately of the... Jerry and Susan been a part of the cook-along live streams that have become a collaboration between a few creators. Chef Civi from Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official, and then Devil Dog. These creators all get together and they make sugar-free desserts. They've been doing this every month for several months now, and they've got cinnamon rolls coming up another month from now. I was lucky to catch them yesterday. And Butler Family Farm has all kinds going on their channel. They've got shorts over here as well. These have gotten into 12,000, 55,000 views. And then they've got live streams on the channel every Monday. So as a minimum, every Monday we'll get a chance to hang out with Jerry and Susan. Sometimes they have a StreamYard panel full of guests. I've been on their channel a few times. Jerry's got another series here, Two Dudes Give Clues. And this is where he's getting together with Beltloop29, who was in the chat earlier, and they're sharing their YouTube knowledge as they continue to grow. Butler Family Farm let us know a while back, about a year and a half ago, he started using the promotion system. So that's a legitimate way in the YouTube studio to use your videos to do some paid advertising to grow the channel quickly. Not something that I'm going to be using or recommending, but I know a lot of creators have used it, and obviously it results in rapid growth. Butler Family Farm's gone from under 10,000 to over 150,000, but it results in different ideas for the channel, a different vibe in the audience and things like that, in the viewership. And I hope everybody thinking about that kind of thing will first of all go over to Butler Family Farm so you can catch the live streams where they talk about that stuff. You can get an idea of exactly how it works, but talk to a few other people who've done it and stopped as well, so that you get both sides of the spectrum, the positives, the negatives, and this and that. I don't say too much about it. I'm guessing everybody can grasp what I'm getting at when I talk about that kind of thing. But like I said, it is a legitimate way to advertise your channel in the YouTube system. And then Delo Flow, it might just be from words like subscribe and things like that. In our chat, I have a very large list of blocked words. So when somebody types something that contains one of those words, it will stop the whole message from coming through. So that's probably all it is. If anybody in the chat ever finds that happening here, where you're trying to say something and it, everybody's ignoring it, just reword it and it will come through. Because I keep my chat a little bit too tight, I think. And then Butler Family Farm. Hopefully everybody will connect with. Jerry dropped another super chat. He's done that a million times. He took over the stream boss position, which he's also done a million times. That's the video game life meter under my camera there. And then we're going to look at Keeping Up with the Stardashians. They dropped a super chat as well. Unfortunately, not feeling well, so hopefully you're doing what you need to get better. I know the weather, at least in the up in the northeast, northeastern United States and southern Ontario, Canada, is hammering people right this second. We've had 10 and 15 degree drops and jumps in temperature. Yeah, so hopefully you're doing what you need to feel better. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And then Keeping Up with the Stardashians is here. They're doing a lot of gig work, things like DoorDash, but also a lot of karaoke. That's what I've caught on their channel more than anything else. In the videos, they share a lot of bloopers and funny moments with us. And the live streams are more frequent, actually. They seem to be on several times a week. I missed the one from a few days ago, but hopefully I'll catch you another one shortly. I caught you a few days before that. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 8,000, 9,000, on the way towards 10,000, and then even beyond 10,000 on one of these, which is great to see. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Keeping Up with the Stardashians. They're already at working on 2,500 subscribers, which is great to see. And thank you for another super chat. You don't have to do that every time. They've done it many times before. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated. But we do put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen when those things happen. Now it's time to spin the wheel. And I'm overdue for getting names onto the wheel as well. High Plains Camper, forgive me, I didn't see that you were here. They're lurking right now. Cove Action is coming up. This is Chuck and Lori. They're going to be live this Friday. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then Face the Ace, you're coming to Canada. Are you coming to Ontario? Are you going to Toronto or Niagara Falls or anything like that? I'm just curious to know. And then Cove Action Travel. This is Chuck and Lori in Syracuse, New York. Now, I mentioned the idea that they're going to be live streaming this Friday. So they've got that set up, ready to go. Anybody could set the reminder. I've already got it set to share out, like right at that time. At some point, we'll raid into this channel the next time we can cross paths. But this is a couple of creators that take their filming extremely seriously. You'll get that idea when you go through some of their videos, because they got multicam setups, they do stills, and they do a wonderful back and forth between them, taking us to really interesting places. The last video that I watched was this one here, where they went through the 007 museum, is that right? And then I don't know why this video here doesn't have the red line all the way across, so I'm going to put that into my catch-up list, make sure that gets rerun. But these creators take us to really interesting places. I watched this video the other day going through the Guinness, the iconic brewery, they say on their on their title. And then these creators, we're hoping to do a meetup maybe a month from now, something like that, if they return to Niagara Falls, because they're literally only a few hours away. And Cove Action Travel, though, Chuck and Lori are working on 5,800 subscribers now. They've got shorts on their channel, and these feature a lot of clips, it looks like, from some of their travel videos, but they've gotten into 12,000, 20,000 views on a couple of these. And then in the live streams, it's a bit of a mix of travel talk, and then when Q&A comes up in the chat, they'll talk about their filming process, the things they have to think about. Because when you're traveling, especially if you're going on tours and things like that, there's a lot to think about, a lot to be ready for. You know, we always have to charge our batteries and have our, SD cards if we need them, things like that. Lots of storage on our phones if we're using those. But these creators are going to talk about the ins and outs of planning shots, so in between travel, you could say like, okay, let's plan how we're going to get ready and be on time for all the things we got to do, if that makes sense. So we'll be looking forward to what they have to say. It looks like a bit of YouTube talk from some technical details on one of their videos when we join them this Friday. Hopefully everybody will connect, and the notification, like I said, we can already set. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats, memberships, and more on their channel. Live, Love, Laugh, Lori. I'm tripping over my speeches today. Live, Love, Laugh, Lori is a second channel they've got set up. Kind of a backup channel for now. We'll see what they're going to do. But over Christmas, they did a dual series, 2 videos a day for the Christmas season. And then we'll see what more Live, Love, and Laugh with Lori has coming up. They're at 16 subscribers right now. We'd love to push this channel towards its first 100. But they're focused on Cove Action right this second. So I'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go. And then thank you again, keeping up with the Kardashians. If you're still listening, hopefully they're doing, like I said, what it takes to feel better. Lots happening with that kind of thing all the time. I've been lucky. I don't want to jinx it. My voice has been scratchy for a few days, but I don't know if that's from screaming at the camera or not. But yeah, we got to do anything we can to avoid it if possible, but it's the time of year again. And then Jesse Journals and Unboxes, forgive me, I might not have said hello when you came in. I know you've been here for a while. I've got you on the wheel. And then Larry Louie, yeah, I'm tripping over everything today. PK Adventure Travels, Ryan and Mel, thank you for still being here. I felt bad. I missed you today in the morning show. And they, Eddie's usually on, or pardon me, Ryan's usually on with Eddie and the Astute Tourist, Jimmy. They're doing morning go live together. And today I slept in. I usually don't. I literally say out loud when I go to bed at night, I'm like, I have to wake up when I hear the alarm, because I feel like I'm still getting used to the life. I used to like not have to get up at 4:45 in the morning, and now I do. And today I slept in, and I'm terrified because I don't have 2 alarms. I have 1. And I woke up about 20 minutes later, and that took away any YouTube time. I'm usually on YouTube for about 10-15 minutes before I start getting ready to work every morning. And I had to skip that for today. Canadian Family Life, another beloved and dedicated moderator, still here. And Hala is up on the screen right now. Let's see what they have got going on. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Be Strong Like a Grizzly is still here. I've got them on the wheel. I way overdue for getting names on the wheel. I usually do that after the first hour, and I hadn't done that yet today. Oh, so forgive me for the delay. For right now, we're going to get Simply Debbie Sue onto the wheel. And then maybe I'll do another one in a... Actually, we got Sarah Prestwood onto the wheel right now, and then we'll take it as it goes. We've still got another hour to go, and then we will see a premiere from Michael's Adventures that'll give us an extra half hour to continue connecting the same way we do here. So Hala up on the screen right now, Hala 6448, is bringing a lot of variety here. I still haven't, after all this time, I still haven't got my head around exactly how to describe this channel. I'd have to consider it travel. I'm not sure what I said the other day. I'd have to consider it travel because they take us to different places, but it's usually event-based ideas. So you see this car show here. They've been to a few car shows. They've gone to other events, behind the scenes at the St. Patrick's Day parade the other day. I was happy to see that for anybody that hasn't been to a parade in the behind the scenes while everybody's getting ready and practicing and warming up and all that stuff. It's kind of fun. And then lots of other places. Look at this, an arcaded indoor water park, New York City Lunar New Year, another parade kind of celebration it looks like. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,500, 3,100, 3,300, and another auto enthusiast in the Tuber Chat family here. We've got a few and really interesting cars. I can't pick off the makes and models here like some people can, but they're fun to look at, I'll tell you that. Live streams on the channel as well. So they just did one a couple weeks ago, and hopefully I'll catch you for another with one of these soon. They did that St. Patrick's Day parade actually while it was happening too. So you can see the different places they're taking us. They're showing us beaches, they're showing us parades, they're showing us music and other events. So hopefully everybody will connect with all they say. They don't know how to describe it themselves either, but variety, I'd almost say travel. It's the closest thing I can fit, but event based, let's just say. So event based travel might be the way to describe that channel for now, and we'll see what they keep coming up with. But Hala's been with us for a while. I don't think it's been a year yet, but it might have been. Forgive me if I'm wrong about that. And then let's spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then Rushing Wind Mountain, this is Ruby. I was really happy to see, I don't know why I didn't expect it, but I didn't realize what was about to happen on Sunday. Jessie Journals and Unboxes always drops a video at 3 p.m. She always premieres it, but she raided in to Rushing Wind Mountain, and I thought that was really cool. We talk about that all the time. We do it not quite every live stream, but pretty close to it here in Tuber Chat. The idea is we set up a live redirect. So if you already have an audience while you're dropping a premiere or live streaming, what I found when I started with the small YouTuber community, I started watching a lot of live streams, right, hanging out. And what would happen is everybody's having a good time, everybody's chatting, and then the host would just say, okay, everybody, thanks, it's time to go, we'll see you later. And that's it, bang, like a closed door, nothing happening. And what YouTube eventually allowed is something that Twitch had for a while. They call it raid. Over there, we call it live redirect, but we just steal their word and call it raid anyway. And what happens is now we're able to go from one stream to another automatically if you have your autoplay on, right? So we find that if you've got, I don't know, 10 people at the end of a live stream or a premiere, 5 of them will go over to the other creators' production. You're sending new friends over there usually, and then it gives them a bit of a kickstart, which is kind of cool. So I was happy to see that. Rushing Wind Mountain drops videos all the time. This creator's actually done over the last, I don't know if it's 5 years now, close to it, mix of nature and wildlife, but with pleasing audio and pleasing visuals. This one happened to be of a sunset. I saw all the comments that were going through the chat too because it was a beautiful view. This creator comes from the Pacific Northwest, and they bring us that mix of nature and wildlife. You get an idea from the thumbnails here, all the different types of things they're going to show us because they really mix them up. Videos here can go anywhere from 23 seconds to 12 hours long. Sometimes they've got dominant music behind them, otherwise it's pleasing audio. They've got shorts over here as well, and if you dig through some of these, you're going to find humorous moments with the wildlife videos. But they've gotten into, look at this, 38,000, 39,000 on a couple of these, 112,000 on another one, and then live streams on the channel as well. And Ruby's done a mix of portrait and landscape, or vertical and horizontal live streams, again, from a couple minutes up to like 12 hours, or I'm not sure how long their longest ones are here. But again, a mix of pleasing audio and pleasing visuals. So this is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Ruby always has been, and I insist she's been here for 5 years. I know she said a couple of times it might not be quite that long, but I think by now it is, because we're coming up on our 6-year anniversary. So I think it's 5 years by now for sure. I could be mistaken, of course. But hopefully everybody will connect with Rushing Wind Mountain. And it's time for me to spin the wheel. Vintage Style by Joe. I am kind of shocked with myself. I might not have had your channel on the wheel. I might have accidentally deleted it earlier, but I know you've been here the whole time. I didn't mean to do that to you. When you came in today, I was looking forward to talking about your channel because of the curtain video. I got another whole long speech I'm sure I'm going to come up with because of that. Be Strong Like a Grizzly is coming up. Let's see what they've got going on. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Strength, Patience, Love is the second channel from a simple family lifestyle. Good to see you here. Josephine Beef Woman, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then I have Vintage Style by Joe. Sometimes when I'm going through the wheel, I copy and paste so much. And the way that I copy and paste, YouTube, I'll show you. I'll grab like Rushing Wind Mountain again. I'll put them on the wheel. And I don't know if you can see the text, but you see what happens? It says Rushing Wind Mountain, member 1 year, but I don't need that text there. So then I go and delete it. But if I miss, if I click or, slide the mouse the wrong way or whatever, it's very possible to wipe somebody off the wheel. Because Vintage Style by Joe, I know you've been here the whole time. Grizzly, Be Strong Like a Grizzly is Grizzly Warrior, and this is a channel I'm still getting to know as well. A little bit of a mix of indoor and outdoor content, and they're obviously able to bring us all 4 seasons because they got hammered with some serious snow in a couple of these. This creator put a couple of videos out. It looks like they're coming on once a week with videos, which is great to see. I'm going to take one of these. I know they're lengthy, but I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep joking or talking about that helps me keep or get caught up with creators. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,700, 1,800, 1,900 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they just did one of these a little over a week ago as well. They seem to be doing quite a few of these. Hopefully they keep up. We got notification bells on for every single channel, and they're working on 900 subscribers, which is great to see. So they say outdoor adventures in the woods, life skills, lessons learned, preparing for the seasons, and living their best life. And of course more, as lots of our friends are bringing variety on their channels. So hopefully everybody will connect with Grizzly Warrior, Be Strong Like a Grizzly, and we'd love to push them towards that 900. We know they're thinking about it. So I'll spin the wheel. And then, yeah, Josephine Beef Woman, we're usually here for 3 hours, almost always. So there's plenty of time still, almost an hour, lots of time to look at lots of channels. What we're going to do right now, though, we'll take another break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play another clip from an interview series. The 6th episode is finally coming next Saturday. You can set your reminders today or anytime from now to then. I hope you will. I always post in advance on the Tuber Chat front page so everybody knows when the live streams are coming up. You can set reminders there and plan if you need to. And then Simply Debbie Sue, we're going to talk about in another moment. Let's hear what Curmudgeon Alaska has to say about how to get 10,000 subscribers. What do you think led up to that explosion for your channel?
Well, at first the channel was very slow to start, and then it was around the time I met you you know, your channel, it started growing a little bit. And then we got to January of last year. We only had we hit 1,000 subs.
Okay.
And then it was really going slow. In between January to September of 24, we only gained 300 subs.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You know, so it was really slow, but we managed to get our watch hours. So we managed to get monetized, things like that. And we were getting ready to go to do our supply runs for the wintertime. And I said, well, I think I'm just going to film this. You know, we've never done a shopping thing or anything like that. And I checked it out online, and it showed favorability of doing well. That's
good.
We did it. The only thing I didn't really do is I didn't film a whole lot in the store, and I kind of regret that because I had a lot of people asking about that. They wanted to see the prices. And honestly, I think what it was is people really curious what it's like to live here and have to shop here. And I think that's what brought everybody in. And it exposed us to a lot of other people that are like-minded on living this way or wanting to be curious to be how we live, as well as the group that just are into shopping. You know, and I guess there's a huge following of people that do shopping videos. And
I'm not surprised now that you mention it that way. Yes.
Yeah. So I think a combination of it being a shopping video and us being rather unique on where and how we get home.
Absolutely. Yes.
A lot of the comments on that video were about the train.
Oh.
You know, was that a bus I just saw on the tracks? Was that a truck on the tracks? Was that a tractor? You know, stuff like that. And it's like, yeah.
Wow.
So I think it was a combination of the shopping and where we're at.
Yeah. Yeah. I looked off to the side there because I got your channel up on another screen in case I want to reference something. I was about to say the video got 1 million views, but no, you're clearly well beyond 2 million now. Wonder if I can rip off this wheel. This is the one we've been using from the beginning, but I get so frustrated with the sizing of it because it's not perfect, right? I'll never remember where I saw it the first time. Lots of people use this. But now, I mean, there's a million of them out there, but I've been so much on the AI systems, and I'm onto Claude Code now, and says Claude Code. It really has nothing to do with code, but it's just another like very powerful idea, kind of like ChatGPT, but it can basically do anything. So you can just tell it, like, look at this website, wheelofnames.com, and make me one. And then it can, right? So maybe we'll make our own custom one. We'll see about that. I'll put that on the list of things to do instead of making videos, which is what I'm supposed to be doing. And then Simply Debbie Sue is up on the screen. So forgive me, Simply Debbie Sue. I have to say again, this is still a channel I'm getting to know. I had it in my mind to specifically watch another video, and I hadn't in a little while here. It looks like, yeah, it's been at least a couple of weeks. So I'm going to grab another video, but this one looks a little bit different, right? Because it's not a story the way that some of the other ones are. This creator has one of my favorite lines on their About section. Just a simple soul nestled in the heart of the Virginia mountains where the porch swings slow and the stories run deep. And you'll see more information on their About section. But it looks like we're going to get some spiritual inspiration, stories, and then simple joys, which is great to know. So I'll look forward to this channel because it looks like this will give me a chance actually to get to know you just the smallest bit as well. That continues on. Hopefully everybody can hear that. You know, as I put channels up on the screen, one of the things I like about all of this is that over time I get to know the channels, and over weeks and months, and you know, eventually it's become years, I get to know the creators behind the channels as well. So the speeches get better, the introductions get better. Simply Debbie Sue, though, is doing a great job posting very frequently, several times a week, and then they've got shorts on the channel as well. So they've just started with these, but they're already at 1,400 views, 1,600 views, 1,700 views. That will likely continue as they post more and more as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Simply Debbie Sue, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They're here in Tuber Chat for just about every stream since finding us, and I run into them outside when I'm bouncing in between premieres and live streams, supporting other people as well. That's true of most creators here, but I like to mention it, you know, especially when the channel's up, so that we, you know, are kind of letting everybody know this is somebody who is not just supporting here. You know, I literally see them supporting other people as well. And if they're willing to support them, they're likely willing to support you as well. That goes for everybody. So let's see what PK Adventure Travels has got going on. That is Ryan and Mel. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And this is a cool idea. So PK Adventure Travels has been with us for, it's got to be beyond a year now. I've lost track of how long it's been. Probably a year and a half, if I'm not mistaken, maybe even longer. Forgive me if I'm wrong about that. But Ryan and Melinda, I was taken away with this channel right away because they do a very good job between the two of them. They have a perfect back and forth chemistry on camera. They do all kinds together. I mean, Ryan's on YouTube frequently, so he does a lot of collaborating in live streams with other people. But they are coming with the perspective of travel agents in their videos. So they have a lot of detail. Even if it comes down to a simple room review, they're catching every single detail you might think about. Some of the things we might not have thought about before going somewhere, and then saying, oh, wow, I'm glad they mentioned that because I wouldn't have thought of it. Things we might forget. Ryan has a whole series on the channel of news stories that can help us avoid mistakes other people have made and things like that, things we might not think about. But they do ship tours, room tours. They've got a travel trailer like RV that we talked about earlier, that kind of thing. And they take take us camping as well. They show us tips and tricks, whether we're traveling, whether we're camping, and then they are together for live streams all the time. They collaborate with people often. I just noticed the latest video that's in position here to come up in a few days. This is a premiere, but talking about making the most of your sea day. I'm lucky enough to have been on a cruise ship once. I worked on one for a summer. And so when we think about sea days, when you think about what a cruise is, right? You're on one of those big ships, you go around to different destinations, usually a few different either countries or islands and things like that. But once in a while, you have a day where you're actually not visiting a port or a beach or anything like that. That's called a sea day because you're staying at sea. And the thing I love most about cruise ships is the fact that there is stuff to do all the time. And the ships have gotten so huge now that it's like a multitude of things. You have choices, constantly. There's food all over the place. Nobody's going to starve on a cruise. And then you've got all kinds of activities for people of all ages with all interests, right? So Ryan and Mel are going to give us a look at that kind of idea at the next video. This one's coming up. I wonder if you meant to have the time of that when you've got it, just in case. I think Ryan is still here, but if you happen to be listening, because you got it set for midnight, I'm not sure if you meant for that or a different time, because I noticed the other premieres are usually at 7 p.m. And then PK Adventure Travels, like I said, collaborates with people all the time. They've got shorts on the channel as well. Plenty of members-only content, which YouTube is really pushing now. 12,000, 29,000 on a couple of these, and then live streams as well. So Ryan's doing a lot of live streaming and collaborating. He's got another channel set up for that as well. But Ryan and Mel get together. Actually, we were on a collaborative StreamYard panel about 6 months ago. I forget how long ago it was. You can find it on a bunch of different channels. I think I ran it as well. And then that was a great time because you get a lot of people talking, a mix of travel and YouTube, right? So PK Adventure Travels, when we look at the front page, we get Ryan Parker Studios. This is the second channel he's got set up. And this creator, like I said, is doing a lot of collaborating. But when he's making videos, I mean, Ryan cooks all the time. I wish, when I was watching the last video, you see the passion come out of this creator. I wish that I enjoyed my time in the kitchen like Ryan does. This creator seems to love it. And shorts on the channel feature even more cooking videos than a lot of them. 3,700, forgive me. And then live streams on the channel as well. So this Go Live Together series are the morning live streams. He does plenty with other creators. He's on panels very often. And then PK Adventure Travels goes live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So we have that to look at as well. And there you go. Yeah, many of us, thank God we all have each other for real. PK Adventure Travels, as much as anybody, because I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody, and lots of us catch each other. I can't begin to tell you how many mistakes Pete has caught from me alone, not just here in Superchat. I mean, I don't even know how he does it, but even on my personal channel and stuff like that, we've caught each other. Well, I say we've caught each other. I mean, he has caught me making mistakes many, many, many times, and some of our other moderators as well, and lots of other friends have helped. But thank goodness for these things, right? Otherwise, those little trip-ups, I mean, they're not the end of the world, but still great when we can help each other. So, PK Adventure Travels, we'll look forward to the live stream. They got that video coming up on the 16th, and then they're live right afterwards. Is that what you're going to do? Am I mistaken about the dates? Oh, for the life of me, I can't remember. I can't count for some reason. But they're live on Thursday. So forgive me. And then Handicap Traveler, I didn't realize you're still here. I got you on the wheel. That's Dan. And then let's spin the wheel. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I've tried to tell people that, you know, my name. Sometimes people ask, they'll be like, Tuber Chat, what's your first name? Because not everybody knows, right? If I'm in somebody's thing, and I'll say, well, my name's Kevin, but my friends call me Kevino. And nobody gets it because it just doesn't come across in text, except for the source. The source gets it. And then Handicap Traveler, this is Dan. And then, forgive me, PK Adventure Travels, because I'm racing now. I'm trying to get through channels. I want to try to get to as many as I can. And then they're doing vlog Saturdays, lives on Thursdays. That video is May 16th, which is Wednesday. No. Why can I still not count? It's Thursday. Thursday. He just said May 16th. So that video is Thursday at 7 o'clock. Are you going to... And forgive me, because I want to promote it the way you want to promote it. Are you dropping a video and going live right after? And forgive me, PK Adventure Travels. I'm confusing myself here now. High Plains Camper, forgive me, you're still here. I didn't know. I clear out the wheel of a lot of names during those breaks. Not always, but sometimes. Because I know not everybody can stay for 3 hours, and we want to get to as many channels that are here as possible. So best idea for all of our friends, our members and moderators, is just to be active in the chat once in a while, and then I'll make sure you're on the wheel. Handicap Traveler, that's Dan right there. This creator brings us travel from a certain perspective. You get the idea of the name of the channel, Handicap Traveler. And then this creator brings us to interesting, usually touristy type places. In between, they will bring us a lot of cooking videos and a few restaurant reviews lately as well. Hopefully everybody will connect with Handicap Traveler. Now, Dan is somebody who's an incredible supporter to a lot of people, but always engages conversation here in the chat. I can't even remember how long Handicap Traveler's been with us, but it's literally getting on years now. And then shorts on the channel. They have all 4 seasons that they can share in their content. I always say that when I see snow in any video, but they've gotten into 2,700, 2,800 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. Now, Dan goes live on the last Friday of every month, so we got a couple of weeks to wait, but this creator will do another live stream, and it's usually a mix of Q&A, a chance to get to know Dan, and then a chance to talk about YouTube as well. So, hopefully everybody will connect with Handicap Traveler. They've got another channel where they bring a spiritual inspiration as well. Oh, May 16th. That's why I'm confused, Ryan. Forgive me. I'm sitting there and I'm like, why can't I count? Why can't I figure this out? It's a month away. My dear goodness. Thank you, Cold Action. So May 16th is a Saturday next month. They just finished that video. 4 weeks of premieres scheduled, ready to go. Now I understand. Yes, I should have picked up on that, but thank you for clarifying. My dear goodness. It turns out I don't know everything. And the Handicap Traveler, my goodness. Sir Dank for Jesus, which we finally got the story. I say finally, but we got the story on the name of the channel in the last live stream as well, and it turns out I'm pronouncing it perfectly. So Dank for Jesus. It brings us spiritual inspiration. You'll get the idea of exactly what to expect on the channel from the thumbnails alone, I'm sure. But I'm going to take the latest video, put that into my catch-up list as well. They got 128 subscribers over here. We'd love to push them towards the 200. We know that they're thinking about. And Ryan's got to be falling off his chair right now. He's like, look at Kevin laughing at his own joke. What on earth is he doing over there? But I can't help myself. And then the source is coming up. We'll see what Doran's got going on now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. You know, if Pete had $1 for every time it took over 2.5 hours to come up on the screen, my dear goodness. He's sitting there in the pole position on the wheel of doom. I always put him at the top of the wheel, almost always. And I'm just noticing, like, again, hours hours it takes for that channel to come up. There's no rhyme or reason to it. He knows what it's like to be both first and last and everywhere in between. But my dear goodness, if we're not on some kind of a streak right now. The source is up here. This is Doran. This creator is bringing a lot of variety on the channel, but this creator is truly a force for fusing friendships between creators. The source found us beyond 6 months ago now. I don't think it's getting close to a year yet, but it's going to be soon. And this creator is now over 3,100 subscribers, which is great to see. We get a great chance to get to know the creator. They bring us into their life. They bring us into their home. They take us out to the beach, actually, and they bring us a lot of different types, pardon me, of content. Pardon me just for a second. I'm losing my voice, and I think it's not from screaming at the camera today. I think it's from screaming at it the other day. But when we look at what the source is doing, they're bringing us a mix of content on the channel. I'll talk about their connections and how they fuse friendships between creators, actually. But 1,800, 1,900, 3,600 views on some of these shorts videos. And then they've got plenty of live streams. And I've caught this creator for a few different types of live streams, actually. They do some Q&A, they take us by the beach, and they do a support wheel series of videos. This is a chance for creators to be somewhat featured the way that we feature channels here. In a similar way, similar idea. So you'll meet lots of friends while you're over there. And as a matter of fact, in all the time that the source has been a part of the Superchat family, from day one, they've been sending friends over here. And that continues today, for which I'm grateful. And when we look at the source with these live streams, so this will be an interesting one. They're talking about it, a dance party. That'll be a spiritual inspiration along with a dance party. And lots of interviews of other creators. They do a great job of featuring lots of other creators on their channel. So hopefully everybody will connect with the source. And Doran is always lots of fun, both in his own channel and on many other channels as well. And then, yes, you guys are making me laugh. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention TuberChat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Yes, Covaction. I'm always interested to know. I mean, we never sometimes remember how we find channels. Sometimes they're recommended. It could have to do with anything at all. It could have to do with the kind of things we're watching recently. Something might have connected. I've got a whole nother channel, so like, you know, YouTube with algorithm would probably connect a little bit of that. I find myself switching between accounts all the time. I've been noticing I must have accidentally been listening to music while I was driving, because I use YouTube music, right? Because I pay for premium. I must have been doing that on the wrong channel the other day. So I got all this Phil Collins coming up. I got all these like 90s dance club songs and stuff coming up in my suggested videos, and I keep hitting not interested, not interested, not interested, but you know that the algorithms mix up anyway. And then of course there's friends with other creators. Sometimes you meet people because you've met somebody else or followed somebody else or watched their video, same as Facebook, Instagram, and everything else. But then it spiders out. And then Backlash Fisherman is here. Him and his wife, Coastal Water, have been longtime dear friends. They've been with us about 5 years. And then I've got them on the wheel. Phil Collins is legendary. I got into this like Phil Collins phase for a couple of days a while back. Not a big thing, but yeah, a while back. It's Chocolate Drop is up on the screen right now. This creator is another longtime friend. I know her best from some of the videos that she's done, like the latest one, it looks like here, CVS. Not just hauls, but shopping trips through the store. She takes us to other places like TJ Maxx. She's got Plantuary. She's big into growing plants. which is something I haven't done. But I know what it's like. I used to have to help my father look after an unreasonable amount of indoor plants. So I know that's why I make a big deal sometimes. Like Canadian Family Life has an indoor garden. How they keep it so neat and tidy is way beyond me because it seems impossible. And then this creator will take us traveling when they can. They went on a cruise last year. It's Chocolate Drop, you're going to notice in the chat, will often refer to me as Mr. Customer Service. And I'm sure that started because of my speaking style. But this is an ongoing, like, inside joke between the two of us for a very long time. An example of how friendships are forged between creators. Now, she's always having fun. She's always laughing, smiling, lately dancing around and everything else. And she's got a really interesting story here because this short video... She was just making shorts like everybody makes shorts, and this one really blew up for her. Look at this, 287,000 views. And then another one recently hit 89,000 views, which is great to see. So this creator's on a bit of a roll right now when it comes to that stuff, and she live streams pretty frequently. It's been a while since I've caught her. I didn't realize it was already 3 months, but she's actually, I didn't realize she's only done live streams. It's been 2 months since she's done one, so I was starting to feel bad for a second, but hopefully she'll start live streaming again because she's always in the kitchen cooking up a storm, almost always when she's live streaming. These are what I've found the most. She's got other people coming in and out of the video. She's showing us all kinds of cooking and baking and everything. And It's Chocolate Drop has been with us for years as well. I've lost track of how long she's been with us. It's got to be 4 years, maybe as much as 5. And I can't remember how long every friendship's gone on. I just mention these things so everybody understands. You're literally, making friends for years here. People who will support you literally beyond weeks, months, the things we might have hoped for. Some of our friendships now have gone on beyond 6 years. My dear goodness. Just Jason Keto is coming up. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Yeah, I always figured growing anything like that would be great content, right? Because different people want to see how different things are going to grow. There's so many different ways to do it, like everything else in the world, but some of it comes down to our locations, right? Not that I know anything about it except what I've learned from our friends online, but when you think about the different soils, the different climates, and now with the internet, I mean, like, I'm old enough to remember when it really started, and, I've been in social media or whatever you want to call it from the beginning, but I find it just incredible that now friends are able to send each other, packs of seeds and things like that, stuff that you otherwise might not have been able to get so easily because, to try to get some kind of a, I don't know, all the different like home garden center stores and things like that. I don't know if they would sell you 5 or 10 packs of seeds from California if they weren't really bringing them in. So I don't know, maybe what I'm talking about is nonsense, but the idea is just in that the friendships that we see, I see so many people sharing things together. Vintage Style by Joe, when we talk about her channel, is a perfect example. But the Survival Seeds is a collaboration that's up and running again. Who did I just see that said they were part of that today? I just watched the video a couple hours ago. But people are able to send things back and forth. And then Just Jason Keto is a beloved and dedicated moderator here. Somebody I've met up with a few times, actually. Well, actually, when it, Cove Action is planning to come up in about a month. Chuck and Lori might come. If they do, we'll have to keep in touch and see what they're going to do. But I wonder if we might plan another get-together. They're going to come for the weekend, so they might be here early enough on Friday to have dinner. And we might be able to get that happening. Because what we've done is connected with a few other creators. We've done it in Toronto a few times. But if we can convince a couple people to come down to Niagara Falls, maybe we can get a few YouTubers together. Because Just Jason Keto lives about 2 hours away from me. But he recently came about a month ago, a little bit longer than a month ago, came to visit Kristen and I, and we had lunch and, you know, talked YouTube and this and that. But I've met up with Jason a few times. We've gone together to a couple of those meetups in Toronto. Just small ones, but still, it's always a good time. Just Jason Keto is going to help us with healthy eating, healthy living, especially when it comes to the idea of a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He's got tons of recipes on his channel, including chaffles and chaffle makers as part of the product reviews that we're going to find. He also reviews things we might find in grocery stores or health food stores. We can learn about ingredients here and how they're going to affect us. Really what he focuses on is a proper human diet, and then that bleeds into keto and all the things that come along with that. This creator's got a lot of friends that join him on his channel, other influencers of different types that share their trials, tribulations, their life stories, how keto has affected them. And then Jason is constantly thinking about new ideas for the audience, but revisiting some of his successes. So for instance, he's got this Weber barbecue that has done really well for him. And so he continues to revisit that at least once a year, making another video, knowing that they're all going to share each other's success. Once in a while, he'll take us on a travel, like some kind of a traveling video, or he'll unbox, you know, something traditional like a GoPro or, you know, something not necessarily related to the kitchen. Shorts on the channel have gotten into now 7,700 views on the barbecue one that he just put up, and then 23,000 on one that I've seen. I promise you this one is worth to watch. It's a traditional short, so I think it's only 15 seconds long, but it's entertaining. Healthy looking grilling shorts are doing really well for him. As you can see, and then live streams. He's on every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern, and this creator, like I said, is mixing up different ideas for the audience. So sometimes he's got guests, sometimes he's doing a bit of fusion of putting something together. There's always a mix of YouTube talk along with keto, lots of Q&A, a chance to get to know Jason. Once in a while, he does a StreamYard panel and introduces us to other influential YouTubers who've had impact on him. Sometimes he does cook-along live streams with multicam setups. So Jason as well is always going to share as he continues to learn in the YouTube journey, but this creator's working on 7,500 now, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto. He's got another channel set up too called It's Just Jason. The handle is It's Just Jason, and this is where he's got a channel set up for the purpose of posting anything that otherwise may not quite fit on his original channel. But lots of travel-based footage so far, and some of that winter weather. We got pummeled with snow this year, and he shared some of that, and he's got a couple other videos here as well. Almost halfway on the first 100 subscribers, so I'm hoping we'll get a couple of subscribers right now for It's Just Jason, and then we'll push him over that 50 mark, and then Backlash Fisherman is going to come up. We'll take, will we? I wonder if we'll take, yeah, we'll take one more break. We got just enough time. Take one more break. We'll make it quick, 3.5 minutes. We'll come right back. All right, we're just about back. And I wonder if everybody's seen some of those like oddly satisfying videos where people are doing things like pressure washing and things where some people would look at it as work, but cleaning lends itself perfectly to that. So oddly satisfying content might be coming from Just Jason Keto. Probably a great video as well. Somebody like me, I wouldn't know the first thing about cleaning a barbecue. I haven't been able to use our barbecue in years. We got ticks outside, so we can't, haven't been able to do that. But when I think about someday aspiring to own a grill again, then, you know, it's been so long I've not had to do any of that. But any tips and tricks when it comes to making that kind of a job easier, I'd love. Backlash Fisherman is up on the screen. So this is Matt. This is a first responder on his channel. Fishing comes first, but these creators are incredibly family focused. So it's interesting because there's a husband and wife combo here, and they support each other wholeheartedly on each other's channels. They do similar content. Panda's in the background of both channels, somewhat the star of the show sometimes though. Shorts on the channel, these have gotten into 3,900, 6,200, 8,100 views, which is great to see. And Backlash Fisherman is going to take us fishing in all the different ways that you can. And then live streams on the channel as well. It's been a while since I've caught him for a live stream. We just did one a few days ago. Why am I not catching any of your live streams? This is like an example of the YouTube algorithm at work, right? Because you wonder, how is it possible I can put channels on the screen? Some of them I see every live stream they do or close to it. And then somebody like Backlash Fisherman, who's been with us for probably 4 to 5 years, and I haven't caught a live stream in 8 months. How's that possible, right? So it's the algorithm and the recommendation engine mixing things up in a way that's not allowing you to catch people, because it's probably putting more of the same in front of you. When you catch somebody live streaming, they probably show you that person again before showing you somebody you haven't seen in a while. I'm just guessing because we're always grasping at straws over this. But Backlash Fisherman has done a few different things live streaming. So he'll take us fishing, but he also has done a lot of ride-alongs where we get to know the creator. There's Panda again. And then he's done StreamYard panels. He's done cooking videos. But I'll show you how those work when we look at his wife's channel, Coastal Water. And these creators have both been over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters over all this time. When we look at Coastal Water, she's done a lot of cooking videos. She'll take us out on adventures or do an unboxing occasionally. But this creator's got some shorts on the channel as well. All 4 seasons there we see. 2,500, 3,500, 10,000 views on some of these. And then live streams on the channel. Now, she does what she calls car confessions. And this is similar to what we see from Backlash Fisherman, right? Ride-along live streams where we get to know the creators. And then once in a while, they'll do something a little bit different. But Coastal Water is very known for this series called Cooking with Coastal. When you watch her husband's channel, it's called Cooking with Backlash. This husband and wife combo shares the responsibilities in the kitchen. And like I said, I find it extra special the fact that they support each other so wholeheartedly. So Coastal Water's working on 1,800 subscribers. We'd love to push her a little bit closer to that milestone. Tim Mitchell, thank you for coming back in. And yeah, Butler Family Farm was live streaming. We only run into them probably once every 3 weeks now, as long as the schedule stays. I try not to move the streams around unless I absolutely have to, or if something goes wrong, but we've been good for a while. And the whole speech I was in a while ago saying I was doing chiropractor for a while, that was routine. And so that had me not quite doing the every 3 days, but now we're back to it. So that's what we expect right now. And I've got the live streams ready to go for the next 6 streams, actually. So there's plenty there. And the 6th year anniversary is coming up. So hopefully everybody will set reminders for that. Jesse Journals and Unboxes is working on 2,800 subscribers. This creator drops premieres every Sunday. And 3 p.m. Eastern is her time. but she also occasionally drops extra videos. So she might do more than one either in a day or more than one during the week. This creator brings a lot of not just crafting supplies, but she shows us a lot of the things that are made with those crafting supplies. This latest video was literally some crafting and journaling supplies, and then she's showing us things that she will potentially use to make different either journals or collages and things like that. Jessie Journals and Unboxes also gets into a lot of subscription services and often has the owners of those subscription service businesses in the chat for some Q&A while we're watching, which is really, really cool. She does a very thorough job talking about all the different things she's unboxing and does a lot of collaborations as well. This creator has unboxed over the years all sorts of different things: snacks, stationery, jewelry, bath and beauty products, all kinds of stuff. And she features a lot of the things she finds in her shorts videos. So we got washi tape here, we've got jewelry here, bath and beauty products throughout, snacks, stationery, more crafting supplies, and you get the idea. And then live streams are occasional here, but Jessie's done plenty of them before. This creator over the last 5 years, her support for all of us has increased, which is a really tough trick. But when you can catch her for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. She has a flood of support for everything she does because she gives so much support to other people, including here, and she's a beloved and dedicated moderator here as well. And then, thank you, Covaction. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. Forgive me, Tim Mitchell, I didn't put your channel back on the wheel yet, but I'll do that right this second. We got a couple of extra minutes here. Michael's Adventures is dropping a premiere. I forgot to start dropping the link, but I'll do that right this second. I think we just saw that Canadian Family Life is coming up. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And then Canadian Family Life. This is Tiffany. She comes from New Brunswick, and this creator gets the whole family involved in what truly is a family channel. They do a lot of different things here, including food bank grocery hauls. I'm going to take the latest one, put this into my catch-up playlist. She talks about the different groceries that come in and the different things she plans to make, not just meals, but dishes and things like that. Which of the family members are going to be most excited about which items? She'll take us shopping, she'll do vlogging, the whole family gets involved in challenges. There's cooking, there's baking, there's product reviews. The container garden is here as well. This is the one I was talking about, how somebody keeps an indoor garden so neat and tidy is beyond me. Pardon me, I have to take a phone call. I'm going to be right back. Yeah, forgive me for that. Nothing's wrong. Sometimes I have to take phone calls. And I don't mean to do that, but it really is like absolutely important. So, pardon me, Canadian Family Life we were talking about, though. Thank you for coming back in, Jerry, as well, Butler Family Farm. They were just live streaming up to a few minutes ago there. Canadian Family Life, like I said, gets the whole family involved. Tiffany's husband, Chris, is there. Alex and Bella are throughout the videos. And they've got shorts on the channel as well, giving us all 4 seasons of content, of course, those Canadian winters. 5,600, 10,000 views on a couple of these, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. Now, Tiffany usually goes live every month or 2, but she'll have a flood of support in her channel as well. She's actually one of the fastest growing channels in the Tuber Chat family. She got to her first 3,000 in just over a year. And that's getting on a couple of years ago now. And then Tim Mitchell's coming up, so I'm gonna fire through. I know you said skip it, but I'm gonna fire through these channels. Then they were involved in the cook along yesterday with Butler Family Farm and Devil Dog, where they were making sugar-free desserts. We've talked about it a couple times today. Now, Tim Mitchell produces the videos and live streams for 3 different channels that I know of, but this is his own channel. He started to put content out here, and the channel's growing already. Over 420 subscribers. We'd love to push him towards the 500 he's thinking about. Shorts on the channel now have gotten into 1,500 and 1,600 views. So he typically brings us outdoor footage. A lot of dash cam footage comes along with that, and live streams as well. I'm hoping I'll catch you tomorrow. Unsure whether I'll be able to, but we'll see. Where Tim is usually live every Tuesday. And if I have a early afternoon and he has a late afternoon, then sometimes we run into each other in that way. But he does a great job of keeping up with the chat, even while he's on the road. So I'm going to show you another channel here, Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. And I'll talk about this in a second. Van Lot, thank you so much for the gifted memberships again. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. They did that last time as well. So we'll get Van Lot on the screen in a second here. But I know all the recipients will be happy to have picked up those gifted memberships. They've been in and out of the stream the whole time today, actually. So thank you for that. And then we'll see what Van Lot is up to. They actually got a couple different things happening on their channel. I caught them for a live stream. I know you were live yesterday again. I think it was Sunday night that I caught you, if I'm not mistaken. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official also does a lot of live streaming. And when we look at what they were doing yesterday, this is that cook-along live stream. They've done a few of these. You notice the key lime pie. They did pecan pie the other day. They've done cheesecake. They're doing cinnamon rolls in another month, I think. And then Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official is now monetized. They got their first level of monetization, so they've done their 3,000 hours of watch time. And we saw that for the first time yesterday, which is, I saw it for the first time yesterday. And then Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official, Chef Civi, along with Tim Mitchell, are on this channel with multicam setups where they have something called the Mystery Wheel of Misfortune, where the audience is able to contribute ingredients. And when Chef Civi spins the wheel, she's going to be all but forced to make the combinations that come up, and they can be some pretty interesting combinations, as you can imagine. There's shorts on this channel that are now well beyond 1,000 views at 1,500, 2,600. And then videos on the channel are where Chef Civi's going to help us navigate the kitchen. And not just with interesting meals and dishes, but also the appliances, the cookware, the bakeware. And then this creator's got a secondary channel called Off Topic Squirrel. The Unofficial Official Off Topic Squirrel. I get it by the handle now, Off Topic Squirrel. And this is kind of a behind-the-scenes look at Chef Civi and a bit of Tim Mitchell. We get a chance to follow them on different adventures here. And then they've got some videos, maybe a series started here. They've got shorts on the channel. Chef Civi's usually giving us a story during the videos, taking us to different places or outdoors in the shorts here at 1200 and 1500, and then live streams where they play Cards Against Humanity on the last Saturday of every month. So a couple weeks from now, we'll be expecting another game of that. And many of us know how wild that game can get. I've played it in real life a couple times. And then Van Lot, was it yesterday? Forgive me, I thought it was yesterday. Today I missed it then. Today I missed it because you must have... Did you start before me? Was I mistaken? And then thank you again for the gifted memberships. Van Lot did that the last time they were here. They're actually a gold member, so we see them every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and every live beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. And their link is dropped by Nightbot every 30 minutes or so as well. You would have seen that. Van Lot has an interesting workshop, right? So I think they call it Big Daddy's Workshop, if I'm not mistaken, where they're doing some interesting woodworking. I was mistaken about the creation the other day. I was thinking it was a birdhouse, but they were working on some keepsake boxes as well. So this is one of the videos. I'm going to watch another one here. So they got a different type of video. This one's really short. We always recommend everybody pick videos that are 3 minutes or longer for connecting, but I just want to see what that has to say, and then I'll grab the flower pot video and see what you've done with this here. This creator also has shorts on the channel, and these are a bit more of a mix, it looks like, but they've gotten into 2,100 views, 2,500 views on a couple of these. This creator's working on 400 subscribers now, and they're posting frequently as live streams. So, oh, they're doing plenty, my dear goodness. Yeah, I just caught them yesterday. But this is why I got confused, because they've done so many live streams, my goodness. And they got another one coming up tonight. So actually, right after Michael's Adventures premiere, which is starting right now, we can go and see Van Lot for a live stream. I'm just dropping the link for Michael's Adventures again. But obviously, this is another over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So I hope everybody will connect with Van Lot. We're going to get through a few more channels here. And just before I was about to say, I wonder how long it's going to be before we see Scratch and PPA. It's coming up. Not the last channel for today. This is a beloved and dedicated moderator known as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family. And Pete is bringing an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching, where he pits two lottery tickets against each other and lets us vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, X, or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique, and a lot of fun to be a part of. When we look at Scratch and PPA, we see that this fellow Canadian is monetized now, working on 2,700 subscribers, which is great to see. He premieres every single Tuesday without fail. He has not missed a day in over 5 years posting videos. And if you can catch him for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family, faster than what we've got going on here, faster than most others. It is very fast-paced and high energy, and you will always be able to meet more friends in any of our moderators' premieres and live streams. They all care deeply about the YouTube journey, and they encourage people to connect in the same way we do here in Tuber Chat. So I've got the notification on for the premiere right now for tomorrow. This creator's had their video editing skills complimented ever since their very first production. And then this past January, they actually even stepped up the production. Not that they needed to, but they're overwhelming the amount of work that they put into their videos. Because when you think about how lottery scratch tickets work, they're not all the same, which means Pete has to change up his videos to follow along with the gameplay. So it's interesting to see. Then his bright, beautiful avatars matched by content in the thumbnails, and a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series. His banner's updated every single week, if you can imagine that. And then shorts on the channel have gotten a mix of content, because 2.5 years ago, few summers ago, he took a trip to Italy and brought us some vlogging style shorts videos that showed us around all the different areas he visited, and then some Italian lottery tickets to go along with that. When he returned to Italy this year, he brought us a brand new series of Italian lottery tickets with a few dozen of these. And hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA and see this variety in content, including his very first live stream. I was there for the chat at the time, but we finally learned now, officially, that 2.5 years seems to be the marker where YouTube takes your red line away, because we wonder about that all the time. So hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA. Like I said, a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family. Anybody who's already connected with him will have no choice but to say he is one of their most supportive creators. And that includes myself. He has been there for, I think, every single thing I've done for years. I'm going to be eternally grateful for that. High Plains Camper is up on the screen right now. This creator's taking us solo camping, giving us stories to be told along the way. I've got them for at least one live stream. Is it a couple? Yeah, it's a couple of live streams. And I forget, forgive me, I ask questions in the chat, and then I miss the answers a lot of the time. But I'm not sure if this creator is testing a different beer in every live stream, or it might be just something that's happening frequently. But they're also taking us on adventures, so that's cool to see. This creator fits in camping trips whenever they can, and they show us how they're doing that in their truck camper. They talk about the ins and outs, the tips and tricks. They bring us a fireside chat. They've got shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into 7,300, 7,500 views. And then, no, Covaction, no. What I mean is that when you watch a video for somebody, there's a red line that comes under the video, right? That basically tells us that you're not going to get watch hours again for that video. Not exactly, right? We can't, YouTube's never clear about this stuff, but we figured that out by doing a lot of experimenting. The red line, what a lot of people have tried to do is cut the corner, just clear their cache or get rid of it, but you can't trick the YouTube system into knowing you haven't been there. But we've always wondered how long it takes for the red line to disappear, because I thought it used to be a year, right? But it seems to be 2.5 years, because we see Pete's channel on Tuber Chat just about, like, you know, every single stream at some point, and the red line disappeared. I noticed it a couple of streams ago. The truth is, it doesn't mean anything. The red line doesn't have to do with anything, but I talk about it often because for people who are brand new to all the things we're doing, they might wonder. A lot of people used to ask for proof. Some people probably still do, which is a good idea. But when you're swapping playlists with people and saying, I'm going to run your playlist, can you run my playlist? We used to make videos on our phones and show everybody, look at all the red lines. That's how you can tell that I ran your videos, right? It's hard to trick that. You can, but it's a lot of work. It's just as much work to trick the system as it is to watch a playlist. High Plains Camper has got shorts over here as well, getting into 7,300, 7,500 views, and then videos on the channel as well. They've put a couple more out. I'm just going to grab the latest one, and I'm gonna see your channel update. I want to see what your channel update has to say, even though I know that this creator's hit the first level of monetization, so check that out. And they've got super chats and memberships to support them with when we get over there. They're working on 2,200 subscribers. And then thank you everybody for the time that you spent today. I'm way over time. I didn't expect to do that today. And thank you everybody again. We're going to look at Vintage Style Joe in a second. Michael's Adventures has a premiere that's already running. We can continue connecting the same way we are over there. Forgive me, Stephen Wire, you're just catching us as we're literally leaving for today. We'll be back on Thursday as it stands right now. Jeremy D-Day still in the house. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to today. I hope everybody will connect with all of our moderators. I wouldn't be able to do what I do in these streams if it wasn't for their help. Hopefully everybody can see that, but I promise you these are people who care deeply about their fellow creators. And then Vintage Style by Joe. Yeah, actually, I was really looking forward to this channel coming up today. Joe's here for almost every stream, but I watched this video a couple hours before the stream today and wanted to talk about it. It's a perfect example of what she does on the channel. But in the beginning, and forgive me, Joe, because I asked about this, and I don't know whether you caught it or not, but I didn't catch the answer. I'm not sure if this was a contest that she had going on, but she's showing us different curtains that were made by different people, and these are all sewn together from different blocks of fabrics and materials, right? And then Joe goes on to work on curtains of her own with blocks that she said some of them were from her collection and some were sent to her. But when we look at this, this is where she describes like 20 rows of blocks. Look at the work that goes into this. And then I just learned today how she cuts these. She uses a stencil, which I didn't realize before. I don't know why I haven't seen that yet. But this creator often works with scraps of materials. Not always, but she shows us all the little tips and tricks. Like I think she called this a top stitch around the outside of the curtains today. But I think these are just beautiful creations. You know, anything handmade, anything homemade, and she has vibrant, colorful things that she makes all the time. And I think that's just incredible. And then she describes, you know, and she's good with the call to action as well. I know we talk about that sometimes. I think Kovaction mentioned it in the chat today. But the idea that we have to remember those calls to action. And Joe does it nonchalantly, right? So she will just simply say like, oh, I love the colors of these roses, or this other, you know, block in the thing, the yellow block here. I can't remember. You said what, maybe you didn't know what kind of flowers they were. I caught that. But and then she said like, let me know what kind of blocks you like in the video, which is cool. It like, you know, entices comments and this and that. So that's just one video, but Vintage Style by Joe is making all kinds of vibrant, colorful things. I was talking about a tablet tote that she made the other day. Can be used for a computer, a tablet, pouches on it for our chargers and things. She's made Christmas decorations, mug rugs, and lots of quilting and other things. She's let us know some of these things get into hundreds of pieces. A pillow can take 150 pieces. A quilt can take up to 500 pieces. My dear goodness. And boy, the work that goes into that, I think we can all see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Vintage Style by Joe. And then she's got some members only content. She's got shorts on the channel, 2600, 3800, and live streams as well. I've caught her many times for live streams. Not lately. There's another creator I'm not catching for the last 3 months, but hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. And I forgot, she said she does these on Friday in the mornings. I think it's Friday at 9:45 a.m. Eastern, if I'm not mistaken, which is exactly when I'm working. Those are almost impossible for me to catch. But the next time I have a late morning, or if I get a Friday off, which happens, then I'll be able to catch one of these. But we can always be in the replay squad. For today, I'm going to do that. So hopefully everybody will connect with Vintage Style by Joe. Thank you again, everybody, for the time that you spent. I'm not going to play the end screen. We'll get over to Michael's adventures. I'll